Stand up, sports fans! We are back for another installment of Monday Night Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for tuning in. We got Rogue Dog in the house. We got stuck in the... Actually, I got the chat right in front of me. I don't got to keep looking to the left. We got stuck in the 80s. We got the Entertainer's Greatest Hits. Be sure to check him out. He's got a good channel over there. Shows some stuff that I'm pretty familiar with. Scott Thomas is in the house. Rogue Dog's in the house. Omkar's in the house. Eric Wright, what's going on? We got 6 likes up in here. Can I get a 7? Scott Thomas, how you doing, buddy? Sexy Goat. Michael Capone. David. Skins fan all day. Gangrene. David. So, hopefully you guys got the notification. Jose Reyes, what's going on, my man? Stuck in the 80s. One giant rebuttal. I heard my notifications weren't working well today. Rogue Dog. Turtle sex. We will get into that. Maybe somebody wants to talk. I could educate them on that. Alright, so anyway, guys. Couple of big things happened today in the sports world. Couple of big stories, both in the football world. Of course, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt, the guy who got kicked off the Kansas City Chiefs, had a fantastic rookie season for kicking the woman, whatever he did in the casino. And the Browns pick him up on a cost-effective deal for about $1 million. Now, he may miss 10 games, they're saying, but still, I think it's a good deal. He's going to have about, even if he only plays 6 games, you're going to have him for the playoffs if the Browns make it. And it's only $1 million. Doesn't hurt the cap. So that was huge news. And then, of course, news that is kind of relating to the Giants. Kyler Murray has officially said he is not playing baseball under any circumstances whatsoever. So he has dropped his name in the hat. So now the Giants could potentially draft him. We all know that the Giants may draft a quarterback in this year's draft. It's one of their... Skins fan all day, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Go on over there and sub him up. He's working really hard on his channel. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, so that's an interesting topic of discussion as well. I'm sure we'll be talking about that. My Wi-Fi's down, so I have to use my mobile data. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Big Blue for Life. What's going on, Damon? Arthur's in the house. Sub him up as well. Please sub up Goose76. But yeah, so those are the 2 big stories in the NFL world. But of course, as always, you guys could call in. You could talk about whatever you want. We could talk baseball. We could talk football, basketball, whatever. Talk about cricket if you want. I don't care. So anyway, I'm going to pull up the number. And I just got to change the settings on Skype. And then you guys should be able to call in. So let me change the settings first. Preferences. Now, guys, just let me know in the chat, by the way. Did you guys get the notification? Because I know people were saying my notifications weren't working today. And let me pull up the phone number. There's the phone number. You can call in at 914-481-3540. Is this a Christian sports server? What's going on, Steven Pazienza? Love you, buddy. Okay, so you did get the notification. Very good, very good. Be a future trivia question. What? All right, we got our first caller. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What up, Entertainer? OGR.
My man, one giant rebuttal. Stand up. What's going on, my man?
Not too much. What's going on with you? How was your day?
It was all right, man. A lot of work. Put out a couple of videos. Did that live stream with Rover. Thought it came out well. I had fun doing that. And, yeah, a couple errands. But, not pretty boring day outside of that. What about yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad. By the way, I was at work. I did receive all your notifications, though. So
oh, you did? Okay, because some people tell me, I guess some people are getting them, some people aren't. Some people tell me they didn't get the notifications.
So, I'm going to be doing a video probably tomorrow or the next day. But I'm curious. Let's say Dwayne Haskins hypothetically would have stayed for his senior year in Ohio State. And he had, a good year. And, you have Tua, you have Herbert, Fromm, all these guys coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you rank those guys compared to Haskins?
I'd have Haskins third.
Okay.
I'd have Haskins ahead of Fromm.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have him ahead of Herbert, and I wouldn't have had him obviously ahead of Tua. I'd have him third. And I think we all know why he came out. Because he knows that next year he could potentially be a mid to late first round pick. This year he's probably going to be a top 10 pick. So it's in the best interest of Haskins to come out. And as I said when I was talking to Rover, I don't think he's just. I'm not saying this guy's gonna be the next Aaron Rodgers, but sometimes you can't wait forever because you don't know what pick you're gonna have. And I like him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like him. We got to see how he does at the combine, though. I'm not going to say I'm fully sold on him yet. Got to see how he does at the combine.
No, that makes total sense. I mean, obviously you got to wait and see, and check them out, the combine, pro day, whatnot, and see what the Giants do. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on this because I'm going to be doing a video, and I'm on Haskins. You know how I feel on Haskins. So you kind of know where this video is going.
Yeah,
but I wanted to get other people's thoughts on that question as well.
Yeah, I would have Herbert. I think Herbert's safer. I actually think Haskins is a higher ceiling than Herbert, but I think Herbert's going to be a good NFL quarterback pretty much no matter what. I think he'll be at worst a slightly below average NFL starting quarterback. I like Herbert. And I'm just not a huge fan of Fromm. Everything I've seen of Fromm, I am not a fan. I know that he came in. People said a lot of high things about him when he entered college. I've seen 3 or 4 games of him. I'm not impressed.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to let other guys have a shot in the chat. That's all I wanted to get out of you for tonight. So I will talk to you later, man.
All right, buddy. Thank you for calling in. All right, we'll be taking the next caller. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hi, I want to talk about the NHL playoff race.
Okay, now before you talk, I don't know a ton about the NHL, but I'm more than willing to talk about it.
Okay, so very heated race.
Okay.
You have in the West, it's not that really heated, but in the East, it is your Rangers or Islanders, whatever your preference is.
Yeah, well, I know the Islanders. I checked the other day because I'm not a diehard fan of either team. I'm not a big hockey guy, but I pull a little bit more for the Islanders because I'm from Long Island. And I saw the Islanders, I think, had, 73 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was close. It was a close race in the division, but right now they'd have, the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot, but I'll definitely be following it more closely as the season gets down to the nitty-gritty because it seems like the Islanders are going to be involved in the playoffs, so I'll definitely pay more attention as it gets towards the end of the season.
Okay, so my question is, what's the size of Matt Barzil's cock?
All right, goodbye. Anyway, all I heard was, what's the size of someone's cock? So, obviously a prank call. Good job there. You got me. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's good, Chris? How's it going, my man?
What's going on? Is this Arthur?
Yes, that's me, man. How are you, man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing well, man. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Just got a.
By the way, before we talk, Chris, I want to give a shout out to the sexy goat in the chat room, man. He wants to call in. Sexy goat, you listening? After my call, you're gonna call in next, okay, buddy?
So what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What do you want to talk about? I know. Oh, another big thing I should have alluded to in the NBA world. I know you're an NBA fan. Not that it's a huge deal, but as Knick fans.
Yeah, man. I want to talk about the move that the Toronto Raptors did, man. Did y'all see what happened?
Jeremy Lin. That's what I was about to say. They got Jeremy Lin, the old Knick.
Oh yeah, it actually helps them in the Eastern Conference, man. Honestly, man.
Yeah, it's a good pickup. I mean, they already had a tremendous bench to begin with. It's just more depth for their team. It's a good pickup.
Mm-hmm. And then I heard Kareem Hunt came in the Browns, man. How about the Browns, man?
That's a good pickup there. I mean, cost-effective deal. It wasn't their biggest need. Obviously, they had a good running back already, but it's just another weapon. It's another weapon for the team. I mean, you could line him up as a slot wide receiver. He's going to be probably the main running back there when he comes back, at least for the playoffs. I mean, Nick Chubb's really good, but Kareem Hunt's a special talent.
Yeah, man. I just hope that Kareem Hunt actually stays focused. Stay out of the crime for hitting a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want him to just focus on football, and the Browns will be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think the Browns are going to be... I already had the Browns pegged to be the favorites in the AFC North before this, and this just made me more confident picking them to win that division next year.
Well, by the way, shout out to Rover Sports. I heard you said Andrew Luck is like the best quarterback in the football in that East, right? You said one time?
No, I didn't say he's the best. I said he's better than... who was he talking
Baker
about?
Mayfield.
Yeah, he's better than Baker Mayfield, yeah.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and
man.
I
especially when he's like healthy.
Yeah, I love Baker Mayfield, but I can't put him above Andrew Luck, not yet.
Yeah, I agree, man. Especially like it's actually his like first year that he played in a football. You can't just put above somebody that actually has been like 5 years or 6 years in the NFL, has a great veteran experience. You know what I mean?
When Andrew Luck's healthy, he's a top 3 or 4 quarterback, at worst top 5 quarterback in the league when he's healthy. And I think Mayfield will eventually potentially be there, but he's not there yet.
Exactly, man. And by the way, before I go, I want to ask a question to you, man. I don't know if I didn't hear during that Rover Sports live stream. Who do you want the Giants to draft again?
Well, it all depends. It's all circumstantial. I'd be fine with a bunch of guys. I'd be fine with Devin White. I'd be fine with Dwayne Haskins at the 6th spot.
Haskins should be a great pickup for you guys, man.
I like. Some Giants fans don't like him. That's what's great about being a New York sports fan. Everybody's very opinionated. Some people like him, some people don't. We're gonna get a better picture on him and all the other quarterback prospects as it gets closer with the combine and everything else. But we'll see. But there's a bunch of guys.
All right, man.
I would like Ed Oliver's another guy I would like actually there too. There's a lot of guys. But yeah, man, thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Shout out to the whole chat room, guys. Thank you for coming in, man. Sexy Goat, you're next, buddy. Better call in.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right, Chris. Thank you very much, man. Great.
You got it. I didn't mean to hang up on him there. I saw Ronaldo say he didn't get my notification. Yeah, some people have been saying they haven't been getting my notification today. I don't understand why. But go ahead. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, Chris? Michael Capone. What's up, man?
Michael Capone. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
How you doing? I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right, man. What do you want to talk about?
I actually want to go over to some baseball. I haven't heard a lot of baseball.
Absolutely. What do you want to talk about?
So I'm a Yankee fan, right? So I'm obviously pumped for the season. I think that we're going to do big things, right? But where do you think Manny Machado's going to go?
Oh, man. I mean, I really don't know yet. I mean, there's a number of teams that are interested. I know Yankee fans, there was a rumor that came out, right? Yesterday or the day after that the Yankees gave him an offer. Was it like a $220 million offer or something like that? I don't know how reliable it was.
That's it. And I think it's somewhere around like 7 years, but I don't know why we offered that. And we picked up DJ LeMahieu from the Rockies.
Yeah, the second baseman.
Solid hitter, but
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he could play first or something because we do have a hole there at first base. But I'm not sure why we would pick him up if we were going for Machado all along.
Yeah, I just hope he stays out of the National League East. I know the Phillies have been rumored to be interested. I just hope he stays out of the National League East. Keep him in the American League. He ended last year in the National League, but put him in the American League. I want nothing to do with him.
Well, I think Harper might be a little bit of a scarcer for the Phillies.
I've heard rumors that he could be coming back to the Nationals. He could be going to the Phillies. He's definitely not coming to my Mets. And as I think I said last week, the last time the Mets spent more than a 4-year contract, maybe 5 years tops, was Beltran, and that was a 7-year deal. They haven't done it since. And now you're going all the way back to 2005? So it's been, almost 15 years since they spent a long-term big contract on a player.
You're absolutely right. I think 2015, I feel like they should have tried to pursue Daniel Murphy after such a good postseason.
Yep, and Daniel Murphy was a cheap deal. It wasn't. He only got, I think it was $11 million a year.
Yeah, they really should have tried to do something with him. I mean, his postseason was like a video game.
Well, the problem with the Mets was with Sandy Alderson, the way he thinks was that everything was analytics. Everybody and Daniel Murphy is the anti-analytics player. He's not a guy that walks a lot, but that is the lost art in baseball. Players like him are being forgotten. He doesn't strike out. He always puts the ball in play. He makes productive outs, even before that power surge. And players like that are not appreciated the same way that they used to be. And that's why the Mets let him go, unfortunately.
Exactly. It's a home run driven league now. You got home run and a strikeout. That's what the league came to now. So
yeah, and that's the other thing. That guy never strikes out. That's the other thing that I loved about Daniel Murphy. Of course, he was clutch, but I like players like that. I feel like they're not as appreciated as they should be.
Yeah, well, that's all I have to say, man. I might call in later, but love your channel. You know I love all the work you do, and I respect the hell out of you, man.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you for calling in, buddy.
All right, see ya.
All right, just waiting. Last caller says, man, yeah, he does. All right, this is an unknown number, so this could be a prank, but go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, man? No, it's not a prank. Don't worry.
Okay, what's going on? Who's this?
This is JJ from Brooklyn. How are you, man?
JJ from Brooklyn. How you doing? What do you want to talk about?
Good. I just want to ask you a Nick question. Would you rather have Dennis Smith Jr., for the future as a point guard? Would you rather them, draft a Moran or Barrett or sign Kyrie? If you had to pick one of those three, what do you think?
Great question. Great question. So you're saying, all right, so you're saying would you rather have DSJ, draft Moran, or sign Kyrie Irving?
Right, or Barrett, Moran or Barrett, draft free agency or stick with DSJ.
Barrett's more of a two-guard. I know he plays some point.
Yeah, he could play the point, though. Yeah. He plays some point a lot for Duke at times. He could do it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he could. I don't think he's he's like more, I guess, he's like more like, not that he's ever going to be this type of player, but he's like a James Harden in the sense that he's a shooting guard that could play some point. But
exactly, yeah, right.
But if DSJ plays well, he might be the best option because then you could use that max money elsewhere. You don't got to waste it on Kyrie Irving, who I'm scared to death of with the injury concerns. Now I recognize though, to get Kevin Durant, you're probably going to have to sign Kyrie Irving now, because he's going to want another superstar to come with him, and unless Kawhi Leonard's willing to come here.
Right. No one's going to come by themselves. It's going to have to be a package, two guys. You know what I mean?
That's the thing I worry about. So, but we'll see. Maybe they could trade for Anthony Davis. I'm still not ruling that out either.
I think Smith to the Knicks is the third option. I think they view him as like maybe a trade chip, if I had to say.
Well,
I don't think it's kind of like baseball. You say you can't judge a player in like September. I don't think you can judge Smith. Even if he does great. Playing for a team that's trying to lose. Basically.
Well, he's certainly going to put up his numbers because he's the only guy who could score.
Right.
Yeah, he's the only guy that can score. I wasn't in love with Josh Smith the night of the draft. I wasn't in love with Ntilikina either, but there was really no player in that draft at the time. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell worked out to be a very good player.
Yeah,
but there was
that's the guy we missed on, it looks like.
Yeah, but there was no player in that draft when the Knicks were picking that I liked. That I was like, they have to take this guy. That was a bad draft. Donovan Mitchell surprised people, but nobody thought he was going to be that good either.
That's true.
But this year it's imperative. They have to hit on whatever pick they get. They have to hit on that pick.
Yeah, what I was also thinking, with the Knicks luck, we'll probably get like the 4th or 5th pick. We could probably trade up if, really want a point guard. If we could, say if Atlanta has like a 2nd or 3rd pick, because they already have that point guard with Trae Young, so maybe they're like, oh, we don't need one. We could trade down, you know what I mean? So maybe we could do that if we really want a Moran or a Barrett.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I think if you get the number 1 pick, you have to take Zion Williamson, unless you're going to trade it for Anthony Davis. But to me...
Would you do that? Trade the chance at Zion for AD?
I would.
Because
AD's he's only 25 years old. He's still a baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, we'll see. I'm going to be happy either way. If they get Zion Williamson, I'll be thrilled. Because I think he's going to be a superstar too, so...
Yeah. Davis is more of the sure thing, obviously.
Davis to me, he could easily be the best player in the league in 2 years. He's that talented.
And then I look at it, too. If we get Davis, then I feel like we're definitely getting, at least one more star. If we have him, then players will be like, oh, I'm definitely going to the Knicks now. You know what I mean?
Right, so, exactly. He could be that guy that attracts players, absolutely.
Exactly, yeah. So that'll increase their chances even more, at Kyrie, KD,
Yeah, for sure. But I got a couple people calling in. I'm going to let you go. But thank you so much.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thanks, bro.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
Hey, yo, what's going on, Manchester? Who else we got in here? Fox 87 in the house. Stuck in the 80s in the house. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tanzim in the house. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in. Okay. I don't know what the hell that was. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, Chris?
What's going on? Who's this?
It's Bobby. What's up, man?
Oh, Bobby. What's up, man? You did a great job with that cooking show tonight.
No, it's a shame that it's not going to get uploaded.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Maybe you clicked the wrong button. Is it possible, or did it just deleted on its own?
Well, I went to go check the upload status, and it deleted. It said deleted. I don't know. Maybe I hit the wrong button. I don't know.
That's weird.
I was just calling in. I want to talk a little basketball.
Absolutely.
So according to some stuff that I've read of here in Boston, Kyrie is not. It's no secret that he's not happy here as of right now. Like, because on paper, man, the Celtics have one of the on paper, the talent-wise is you're supposed to be able to match up with Golden State, or at least give them a run for their money.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Bobby. I just see the chat. Sperm Cell, I didn't realize that was you. It sounded like it was a prank call. Obviously, I have a quick trigger finger now, so if you want to call back in, I remember you have a 704 area code. I'll take your call next. I apologize. But go ahead, Bobby.
Oh, did I?
No. I hung up on
call.
I hung up on him because I thought it was going to be a prank call. It sounded like it was going to be a prank call.
My bad, Sperm Cell.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, so he's clearly not happy, and there's the Globe and the Herald, and there's one other outlet too that are saying that if the Celtics don't get Anthony Davis, he's out of here. He's absolutely out of here.
Yeah.
And the most likely landing spot is New York, man.
It depends. I think a lot of it depends on what pick they get in the draft. Because if they
I've also read this. This just came out yesterday that if they don't get Anthony Davis, because there's 4 players involved with this thing with Anthony Davis and the Celtics. It's Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Aaron Baines, and possibly Al Horford.
Okay.
And then you can throw in Rozier too, and rotate out Baines or Horford for Rozier. But it's a number of those. Any number of those combinations, is what the Pelicans are going to be looking for him.
That's a lot.
Probably,
that's a lot.
Well, it's going to be 3 out of those 5. That's probably what they're going to be asking for.
Right.
Either 3 out of those, either 3 out of those 5, or Brown and Tatum and a pick.
Brown,
so here's
Tatum,
my thing: if they don't,
and you lose Kyrie,
right?
You think Kyrie's going to stay there?
If they get Anthony Davis, he'll stay. I think, unless they can convince him otherwise. Now, I just read this the other day, yesterday, that if they don't get Anthony Davis, they're going all in on DeAndre Jordan.
Really?
Yeah, they're going all in on DeAndre. They're gonna do everything they can to get him, to pull him from the Knicks.
I think that'd be a horrible decision. I like DeAndre Jordan, but he's not worth spending big.
No,
money
but they're gonna give him. They'll give you Brown and a pick, or Brown and Rozier for Jordan.
Well, Jordan's a free agent, isn't he?
According to what,
he's a free agent next year.
Well, then they'll offer him. They're gonna do everything they can to pull him from New York.
Yeah.
Offer him whatever money, whatever picks, anything they can do they're all in. Yeah, but that's if they miss on AD. If they miss on AD this offseason, the second pick that the second thing that they're kind of option B is they're going for Jordan like bad.
Yeah, he could fit there because he kind of fits with what the Celtics are about, like this tough, gritty defensive team. He could fit there. It makes sense, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like DeAndre Jordan that much, to be honest with you.
They're pretty high on him here. They've talked him up for like 2 days now.
Interesting. Because a lot of Knicks fans wanted the Knicks to potentially keep him on a cost-effective deal next year if they could. But I don't think he's worth eating into the cap space for, personally.
Well, here's my thing too. There's a couple of articles from the coming out of Golden State saying that Durant and DeAndre Jordan don't get along. They don't like each other personally. So they don't want to, if they do try and get Durant, if you guys are going to go after Durant, that they would try and offload him,
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see.
Just from what I've read.
I just hope that we get Anthony Davis. That's all I'm thinking about right now as a Knicks fan. If we could ever pull him from New Orleans and bring in a Durant, then we got a chance to really do something special in New York, and it hasn't been, you know.
There are. I mean, there are. You've seen the scenarios. There are scenarios where you could, you could hypothetically have Durant, Kyrie, and Davis on that team, and if you're putting those three on that team with, the Knicks bench is actually pretty good.
Well, let's in that hypothetical trade, I'm gonna assume Knox is involved. I'm gonna assume probably Ntilikina possibly could be involved, but then you're gonna still have Dotson. You're gonna have Dotson on the bench. You're gonna have trying to think who was
not the one thing, but one of the strongest points the Knicks have is their bench is actually pretty good. It's more than serviceable.
Yeah. When you have those three players, the other thing that will happen if you get three studs like that, you'll get good veterans that are trying to chase a ring that'll come and sign for an affordable contract to fill out the roster, just like they did in Miami. So once you get those stars, you're in good shape.
And if Durant comes to New York, he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder too. So, and when players play like that, you've seen what happens when superstars play with chips on their shoulder. They're out to prove something, and nothing's going to stop them from doing what they want to do.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know that Durant would. The only reason for him to come to New York would be to try to improve his image. But I got a couple people trying to call him Bobby, so I'm going to let you go. But I just want to say thank you so much for the call, and keep up the hard work on your channel.
Thanks, but I appreciate it. No problem.
You got it, man. And everybody go on over there and sub him up if you go into the chat. Bobby Montagna. Sub him up. All right, buddy. Thank you. This could be Pats for Life. I'm not sure. What's going on? You're on live? That was good. We got that out of the way. Good job, Pats for Life. He likes to scream a lot. Why would Durant want to leave the best team? Well, Sanchez, the reason he might not want to. The reason that he potentially could want to leave the best team in the league would be because to help his image. And the Knicks, in this hypothetical scenario, would not be the worst team in the league. You'd be bringing in, there's two scenarios. You're either bringing in Anthony Davis and you're bringing in a Kevin Durant if you make that trade, or you're bringing in a Kyrie Irving with the Kevin Durant and drafting a Zion Williamson or John Morant or RJ Barrett type at the top of the draft. Seems like the calls are coming in slow tonight, but anybody wants to call in, 914-481-3540. Yeah, he's a lunatic, that kid. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Please don't hang up on the Entertainer.
No, I apologize for that. I didn't know it was you. I wouldn't have. What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. So my question is, for the past 3 years about the Mets, it seems to have always been about, if they stay healthy. If they stay healthy, then they have a chance. But the past 3 years, they haven't stayed healthy. So it would be a safe assumption to say that this year that they probably won't stay healthy.
Yeah, unfortunately, as a Mets fan, you always got to go into the next season thinking positive and hoping, But yeah, odds would say that they're probably not going to stay healthy. Whenever something could go wrong with the Mets, it does. That's really, and the only guy who's been constant, and knock on wood, is Jacob deGrom. He's stayed relatively healthy. Syndergaard's battled injuries. Wheeler, of course, had a huge injury. He had a good year last year, nice bounce back. He was probably the lone surprise last year, the guy who outperformed what you thought he was going to do. Max played pretty well last year, but he's another guy who's had injury troubles in the past. It all comes down to the pitching and the bullpen. The bats are decent, but if the starting rotation could stay healthy and that bullpen could stay healthy, they're going to be a good baseball team. They are, because they have a really good bullpen. They have a really good starting staff. But it's a matter of staying healthy, and you're right. In recent times, they haven't. That's the problem.
And also, where do you think Bryce Harper's going to go? Because I personally think he's going to go to the Phillies.
I agree. I think they're the favorite, unfortunately. I think they have the money to spend, and I think they're one of the few teams that are willing to give him what he's asking for, which is an absurd contract. He's asking for, 10 years or something?
He turned down a $300 million contract.
That's insane. But I think he's going to get paid, and if I had to guess right now, I would say it'll be the Phillies. And in that ballpark, I could only imagine what he could do. We saw what Ryan Howard used to do over there when he used to flick his wrist and he'd hit an opposite field home run 330 feet. And I think Harper would hit at least 50 home runs in that park every year if he could stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not looking forward to that. That's for sure. And the Phillies already have had a great offseason. They added Real Muto, who's an unbelievable catcher. That was a great pickup for you guys. They also what's his name? They added the second baseman, right? I can't remember off the top of my head. They added a nice middle infield.
I'm not a Phillies fan.
I thought okay. I figured you were because you're an Eagles fan. They added a nice.
I'm a Cardinals fan.
Okay. They added a nice second baseman there too. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but they had a really nice offseason. They added Robertson, the former closer for the Yankees. They added McCutchen. So they got some nice bats over there. So if they ever added a Harper, I think they're the clear favorites in the division.
All right.
You know. Anything else?
No, that's it. I should probably get back because I'm at home by myself, and when the 4500 got me freaked out and this black-eyed children stuff.
What happened?
So, I mean, send me a bunch of links about the black-eyed children or whatever.
Oh.
Conspiracy theories.
I'll have to take a look at that. All right, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
Yes, exactly, Jose Reyes. That is why he added that 100%. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, what's up, Entertainment? It's BK Sports Talk.
BK Sports Talk. Love this guy. What's going on, my man?
All right, so while I was going to work earlier today, I had your live stream on with you and Rover talking about like the Browns or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, you guys were saying like Rover was on about like they're gonna win like 12 games this year, and I was like, what are you talking about? They haven't won 12 games in the last like 4 years combined.
Well, you know, Rover always likes to have that hot take. He likes to be the first guy to call something before it's going to happen. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they won 12 games, but I do think the Browns are going to be very good next year.
I'm not really sold on their coach. I don't know how much like he was the offensive coordinator down the stretch or whatever, but he had just been the quarterback's coach, and you promoted him to head coach within like half a year. I don't know much about him, but
I would have kept Greg Williams if I was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I would have kept him.
I would have kept Greg Williams, but I think the Browns have a lot of talent. The Steelers, I don't think are going to be that good next year. I think they're going to take a step back if they lose Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. And the Ravens, we'll see. They still have a very good defense. I think the division will come down to the Browns and the Ravens.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah. I don't trust the Bengals, obviously. I think they might be one of the worst teams in the sport.
Do you think the Bengals could pick up a QB?
Yes. I think
draft?
I think there's 6 potential teams that could draft a QB. They're one of them. Obviously, you got the Giants, you got the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Broncos, them, and there's one other team. Oh, the Redskins. Those are the 6 teams that could be in the market for a quarterback. And the Patriots.
Yeah.
The Patriots, too, potentially.
Do the Patriots have who's their backup right now?
No one that's going to be a starter. I don't think so. I mean, obviously Garoppolo would have been, but they traded him. But I could see them. Well, say Daniel Jones falls to them at 32. It's possible they could take him.
Do you think they would because like Kraft and Brady didn't they force Garoppolo to get traded? Do you think they'd let Belichick draft another quarterback?
I mean, they're going to have to eventually, right? Brady's 42, 43 years old.
Yeah.
You know, you can't wait around forever.
Yeah. One other thing. So, do you actually? Never mind.
No, what were you gonna say?
I don't know what I was gonna say.
All right.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right.
Maybe I'll call him later if I.
Yeah. It seems to be a little slower tonight, so I might be taking second-time calls. We'll see. It seems like my notifications aren't getting everybody, but thank you so much for calling in, buddy.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
All right, buddy. Was I ever caught slanging? I don't know if you're talking to me. Well, what's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, Entertainer? It's MH.
MH, what's going on, my man? What do you want to talk about?
I'm not sure. Just give me some questions, and I'll hit them. Mets, Knicks. Just hit me with some questions.
Hit you with some questions.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Tell me what you think the Mets need to do. Do you think if? All right. Let's be realistic. do you think the Mets are going to make any more moves this offseason to try to improve the team, or do you think they're pretty much done?
I mean, it looks pretty good. I may sign a Dolphin to a max contract. I think that would be pretty good. Maybe a Turtle on a minimum deal. I think it'll be a great addition to all the already bolstering rotation we got going on. I think that'd be pretty good.
But seriously speaking, I think
yeah, I think the fifth starter. Yeah.
What about Gio Gonzalez? That's the guy that I got my eyes on.
I'm not overspending him. I would like Gio. I think he would fit. I mean, he could be with all, like how our stars are going with Wheeler, DeGrom, and the other guys. I think I don't know if he'd be willing to be a fifth starter on the rotation, but he's getting old. So I think he'd be willing because it's a playoff team. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can make him the fourth if you want. Make Match the fifth, whatever. But he's, to me, really... And I got to do a little more research, but I'm pretty sure he's the only real impact arm still on the market as a starting pitcher. He's the name that jumped out to me. And they could definitely use another arm in the bullpen, but I don't know how much more the Mets are going to be willing to spend. They've already done a lot this offseason, but I don't know if it's enough, especially if the Phillies go out there and they acquire some, Harper or Machado. I think the Mets might need to make another move to try to keep up with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I mean, I would still not be. I mean, as a Mets fan, I'm not scared of anything. If they were to go out and sign Harper, I know how much. I mean, obviously he's a great impact player, but again, I'm just against that ego that he has. I mean, obviously he's a great player, but the ego and the personality for me is always a turnoff. So if he came to this division and every time he'd play here at Citi Field, he'd begin those boos that begin to his head, I would love that. And if we can, but I wouldn't mind it because then we can beat them and that team and our rivals. It's a win-win for us. I mean, obviously for them, they could win the division, but I mean, I think we'll still be good.
Yeah, it's all about health. It always is about the Mets. Unfortunately, most years they don't stay healthy. But if they can stay healthy, the Mets, I think, stand a chance to make the playoffs. And with that starting rotation, if they can get in the dance, they're a team you want to avoid. So that's what it comes down to with the Mets. I do like the lineup. I like the pieces they've added. I like Cano. I obviously like Jed Lowry as a guy that you could put here and there from day to day. Peter Alonso, we'll see what he does if he makes the squad. I don't think he'll make it out of spring training, but I do like the team. I do. I like the outfield. Conforto, Nemo, obviously. I think they got a good team. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the catcher was a huge pickup in Ramos. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But
I was going to ask you, do you think Gary Cohn is going to pull a John Sterling, Robbie Cano, don't you know? You think he'd pull off that once in the broadcast?
That's one of my favorite calls. No, nobody could do that like Sterling. Nobody could. I do have my home run call, though, for Mets games. I'm not going to let it out yet. But when I stream Met games, I already know the home run call I'm going to have. But I'm not going to say it until the games.
Man, John Sterling, the one thing always annoyed me, like the Yankees win. The Yankees win. Oh, that always annoyed me.
Well, you're a Mets
about
fan.
John Sterling.
You're a Mets
fan.
fan.
So every time I talk to Yankees fans, I just tell them every time they lose, I'm like, the Yankees lose. Oh, Yankees lose. And it's just, it's the only grace that we Mets fans get nowadays.
It's tough to be a Mets fan. I mean, we were in the World Series a few years ago, but the problem with the Mets is they don't have any consistency. They'll be bad for 10, 12 years straight, and then they'll give you 1 or 2 really good years, and then they'll go right back to oblivion. And the Yankees are the opposite. The Yankees are always in contention. Of course, when I was a kid, they weren't that good. When I was first growing up, like the 80s to the early 90s, and then since then, from like 94 on, the year of the strike, they were a really good team. From 94 on, they've pretty much been consistently near the top. With a couple of dry years here and there, but overall near the top almost every year.
I think we're still going to be nice. But I know you got callers. I've been calling again later, so I want to give your callers. And thank you, Entertainer, for the call. Much love.
All right, my man. Thank you for calling in, buddy. Thank you for being a good subscriber.
Dolphin sex.
All right, buddy.
All day.
All right. What's up, Ronaldo? Thank you for coming back to the stream. Lines are open. Hey, Chris, how you? I'm doing good, Sentinel. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Is American Idol on? No, I haven't started singing. Scott Thomas. And next call, you're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Stand up, New York Giants fans.
Okay, who is this?
Who do you think it is? The Honey Man.
The Honey Man.
Winnie the Pooh, Joe Lutz, baby.
Oh! What's going on, Joe Lutz? I saw. You know what it is? I saw 516, but it's 561.
561.
Yeah. So what's going on, man? How you doing?
Pretty good. Just chilling. What up?
Thank you for calling in, buddy. What do you want to? Are you drinking the Honey Jack right now?
No.
What's going on?
Not tonight.
What's going on, my man?
Just chilling. Let's talk about. Let's talk about the New York Giants.
What do you want to talk about with the New York Giants?
I want to know your realistic, like, perfect outcome for the draft and off-season moves. Like, what would be your perfect scenario that's, like, realistic? What we do in the off-season, our draft picks, and just, like, everything.
Yeah, all right. My perfect now, I did read, I don't know how accurate this is, I did read that Olivier Vernon, there's been talks that they're considering cutting him. I don't know how accurate that is, but let's just hypothetically say they do cut him. That's going to give you another. Okay. That's going to give you another $12 million. However it works. Let's say we're able to come up with $40 to $45 million to work with in free agency. I already know my offensive line plan. I'd spend it on Darrell Williams. I'd bring back Jalapeno. I'd bring back Brown. So that'd be about $15 million. That would leave me with $30 million. And in that situation, if we had cut Vernon, I think you need to try to go after a high-profile pass rusher.
Clowney.
What is that?
Clowney. I mean,
yeah, Clowney. Clowney's one of them. D Ford would be one of them. There's a few others. And then in the secondary, there is a ton of really good safeties available. I expect us to franchise tag Collins. But if they want to add to the secondary either with another safety, there's a lot of guys out there that they could add. I would try to focus on the secondary and the pass rush and signing Darrell Williams in free agency. That would be my targets, depending on what players you could get, obviously. But Darrell Williams, I think, is almost a lock. I think he will be signed by the Giants. It's a perfect fit. I fully expect him to be a New York Giant, and then we'll see. But I don't know if they're going to cut Vernon. I can't even really answer that question until I know what they do with the cuts. Like, I need to know how much space we're going to have, and who did they cut, and and in terms of the draft, like I always say, if Devin White is there, I like Devin White a lot. Obviously Josh Allen, but I don't think he'll be there. Even though I will say I think there's a small possibility because the Jets are picking third, and I don't think the Jets are going to take him because he doesn't fit their system. So, I had them taking him in this mock, but I think there's definitely a chance they wouldn't take him. I could see them trading out of that spot for a team moving up for a quarterback, and then at that point you're to the fourth pick, and then maybe there's a small chance Josh Allen falls to you, but realistically speaking, Devin White or probably a quarterback. I wouldn't mind Farrell. I like Farrell. I like Ed Oliver. There's a few guys I like a lot. Montez Sweat's another nice player. I'd be happy with any of those players.
Yeah. If we didn't take a quarterback, and let's just say, oh my God, I forgot his name. What's his face? Devin White was there, and we took him. What are the chances you think we would take Daniel Jones if he slipped to the second round? Which I don't know if he would, to be honest, but.
I just want to say hello to Lamel Sinclair. Said he's just checking in. Thank you for tuning in to the stream, buddy. If Daniel Jones is there in the second round and they didn't take a quarterback, I would strongly consider him. I like Daniel Jones. I don't think he's going to be there. I think Daniel Jones is going to be a first-round pick. But if he was there, I would consider him. I like Daniel Jones. He has good pedigree. I think he fits what the Giants want to do pretty well. He's a pocket passer. He's tall. He's 6'5". He has a lot more mobility than people give him credit for when you watch him on film. He has a strong arm. He played in a pro-style offense. I like Daniel Jones. If he's there in the second round, I think they should take him. But I doubt he'll be there in the second round.
Yeah, I think it would be a steal. I mean, if we were to get Devin White and our quarterback, oh, man.
Yeah, that would be a dream come true. But I'd be shocked if Jones gets out of the first round. I'd be beyond shocked. Now, there may be a possibility if, say, he slips into the late first round, maybe the Giants could move up and get him.
That's true.
Say they take a Devin White and you're up to like pick 24. Maybe the Giants say, listen, we'll give up the 38th pick and a couple of our later round picks to move up and get this guy. That's possible. I wouldn't be upset I wouldn't be upset if they got Daniel Jones. I like Daniel Jones. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar. I don't think he'll be a superstar, but I think he could be a good quarterback at the NFL level. Plus,
he'll definitely
plus
have
the other benefit to that is you're not paying him a ton of money because he's either late first round pick or early second round pick. So you're not going to be committing a ton of money to the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
You know. But anything else?
No, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got a caller.
No, man. Thank you so much for being a great subscriber of mine. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, brother. Yeah, a lot of people want defense in the first round. I'm completely for that, Jack. I recognize the Giants' biggest hole and biggest need is definitely on the defensive end of the defensive side of the football. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, it's 80s the Instuck.
What's going on? 80s the Instuck. What's going on, my man?
Oh, it took me a minute to figure out how to say that backwards. I was a little messed up there.
What was that? Yeah, that was backwards. Okay, I had to think about it for a while, too. Yeah, that was backwards.
Yeah.
So what's
80s
up?
the Instuck.
Yeah.
Not much. Just got done ripping a bunch of pictures for a Back to Future review coming up and listened to you all doing it, and I figured I'm done. I was like, give him a call and see if I can get through, and blam, here I am.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff, man. Thank you for the call. Which Back to the Future you going to be doing? The first one, second one, or the third?
People have been asking for the first one for a while, so I figured for my 50th episode, even though I just uploaded 25 today, for number 50, I'm like, time for Back to the Future.
Wait, you uploaded 25 today?
No, today was the Terminator was my 25th episode.
Oh, okay.
I shoot way ahead, so
Okay.
I started episode 50 today, so I'm way ahead of schedule. But
very good stuff. Very good stuff. Back to the. I didn't like the third one that much. I loved the first two. I think the first one's the best one. But that's a great trilogy for sure. One of the best.
Well, the third one's in the 90s, so I won't be touching it.
There you go. So what's up, man? What do you want to talk
1990. So, well, I came up with kind of a weird question, but I was trying to think of something different.
Okay.
What were your 3 favorite toys or toy lines before the age of 12?
My 3 favorite toys?
Yeah, or toy series like Transformers.
Okay,
would be a series.
yeah. Okay. I know for a fact I had the Ghostbuster pack. I had that as a kid. With the Trapper and everything, so that was definitely one of them. Trying to think what else. I'm going back to my childhood. I had all the Mighty Max things. Do you remember those? I had all of those.
Mighty Max? No.
Yeah, I think you're a little older than me. On Ninja Turtles, I had that. I was big into Ghostbusters as a kid. Huge Ghostbusters kid. G.I. Joes, I had all those action figures. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, obviously I played the Nintendo a lot, but I'm trying to think what toys I had. I can't even remember. I'd have to think, but definitely the Ghostbusters was my top for sure.
I figured video game systems would be kind of an obvious, so I didn't really want to go there. I'm like, everybody had a Nintendo or Super Nintendo or something similar, so I just figured I'll go with the toys and try something different. I'll throw my top 3 in there. Since I asked, G.I. Joe, I agree with you. You could put together the vehicles out of the box. They were very posable. They came with weapons. They had kung fu grip. What's better than G.I. Joe in the 80s? Number 2 is my Star Wars guys, which I will be whipping out Wednesday night in my live stream because I'm a dork and I have nothing else to do, so there you go. And then Legos, because I used to build a lot of weapons out of Legos. I wasn't building trucks. I was building guns and knives and ninja stars and dangerous crap, so great.
Legos is a good call. Legos is a really good call. I played. That's probably my top 3. I played with Legos a lot.
Oh, nice. Look at that. That's converted you.
Yeah, that's a good call. I just wasn't thinking about it, but yeah, that's a good call.
So my other question real quick, Chris, is you mentioned next Tuesday. I am a little bit of a perfectionist OCD type person. For next Tuesday, do you have any topics that you'd like me to do research on? Because I like doing stat research or whatever, just topics to bring up.
No, yeah, of course I'm going to have Stuck on the 80s next Tuesday on that new not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday. No, just going to talk Giants because that's really what you're a fan of, right? So we'll just talk broad Giants. I mean, if you want to come up with any, but I usually just wing it. That's my style. I just wing it. We talk Giants. We talk about, well, I'm sure we're going to talk about, the draft and free agency, what your preferences are, what you past Giant stories, stuff like that. And then we'll talk a little bit about movies because that's obviously what your channel's about. So that should be fun.
That works for me. I'll do a little Giants research because I suck with college football, stuck with free agency, so I don't want to look like a complete knucklehead. So I will tune up on those things before then.
All right, my man. Thank you so much for calling in, buddy.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Oh, Jessica has a vibrator. That's good to know. That's good to know. I hope it's working out well for you. Dolphins or turtles? That's a great question there. As we're waiting for the next call to call in. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey there, little Spurs.
What's going on, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm just here, getting ready for my practice and everything,
Oh, you got soccer practice?
Yeah, bro.
All right. Christian, of course, one of my favorite subscribers. High energy kid, very high energy kid. So
yeah, bro. I can run a 40-yard dash twice, bro. I can beat all their scores.
So what's up, buddy? What do you got on your mind?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Giants talk. What do you think is? Do you think it's either O-line or QB is more important for them? Offensive line or QB?
I'll say this. In the first round in this year's draft, I think it's much more likely of a quarterback they would take than an offensive lineman. Because I don't think where they're picking, I wouldn't take an offensive lineman with the 6th overall pick. There's too many good defensive players. Yeah. So it's I think they're either taking a defensive player or a quarterback with the 6th pick. And now if they trade down, maybe that's a different story. But at 6, I'd be shocked if they go offensive line. I do think
what pick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. What pick did it have in the second round? Just wondering.
6th pick in the second round, so that would be the 38th.
38th. All right. Then I think they. Do you see him taking a offensive lineman there or wide receiver?
Yeah, there's a couple. I forgot the guy's name. Lindstrom. He's one guy I would look at in the second round. He's an offensive guard out of Boston College. He's a guy that a lot of people project to go early second round. You could always find. I mean, last year they found obviously Will Hernandez in the second round. They'll be able to find an offensive lineman in the second round. I'm leaning quarterback right now with Haskins, but I would not be shocked at all if they go defense in the first round. And second round, I think you're either going defense or offensive line. More than likely, that's probably what we're looking at as Giants fans.
And I was here earlier when you were with Rover that you think that the Giants would be terrible if they had Hard Knocks. Do you really think that they're actually going to get chosen, or do you think it's just all like hyped up news and stuff like that?
Well, I don't remember what there's qualifications for Hard Knocks, and I don't remember. The Giants are one of like a handful of teams that could potentially be on Hard Knocks this year. I don't remember what it was, but I read the article. So there's only a couple teams that they could choose from, and the Giants are one of them. So it's definitely a distinct possibility, and I would not be happy because I don't think Odell Beckham, that is a huge distraction for him. I feel like he'd be very friendly with the camera. He'd be thinking about that too much. I don't like that, but it is what it is. I guess every team's got to go through it.
Yeah, I hear it. And one more thing, I just want to expose Chris again. Now this time he likes Prego salsa, not ragu. He doesn't like ragu anymore. He likes Prego salsa. So just saying. Have you heard of it, Prego?
I've never.
Prego?
You mean Prego? Prego? Is that what it is?
Prego. Well, yeah, whatever it's called.
Okay, so I went from ragu to Prego. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and then now you drink Squirt too. it's a thing down here. I don't know if you guys have it. It's like Sprite, but like a little sweeter.
I've never had Squirt, but I did like that little Squirt yesterday. But
yeah, the little Squirt.
But
the 5'8" dude.
Yeah, but Chris, thank you so much for calling in and enjoy your soccer practice.
All
right, buddy. Have a good one. Oh God, Chris is hysterical. Let's see, we got. What's up, Cushman? What's up? We got a next call on the line. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey man, how you doing?
What's going on? Who is this?
Detonator.
What's up, buddy? What's up?
Not much. Just playing on games. What are you doing?
Oh, I think you know what I'm doing.
Of course I know what you're doing.
So what's up?
So yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
So you like the Kareem Hunt hiring?
Yeah, there's nothing to lose there. I mean, it's 1 year, $1 million. I mean, what are you risking? You're basically almost paying him the league minimum to a guy that's a potential superstar.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that completely.
So yeah, I mean, so what are your thoughts on this year's Giants season? Do you think they're going to be going on a huge jump? Because how many wins do you guys have this year?
We had 5.
You had 5. Do you guys think maybe you can make a jump to 6? Or I mean, not 6. At least 9 or 10.
Yes, I think we could. I'm not saying we're going to, but I think we could. Yeah. I mean, you see it all the time in the NFL. It depends what they do in free agency. It depends what they do in the draft. But the pieces are there. It's just a matter of fixing the offensive line and getting a pass rush, and that's easier said than done. They might not be able to do that in one off season. We'll see where it goes. But the NFL is a crazy league. Crazy things happen every year. I mean, all you got to do is go back 2 years ago. The Rams, I mean, I think they were like a 5-1 team the previous season. The Eagles the year before as well were not that good of a team. They ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, before the coaching change to Sean McVay, they went 4-12, and that's what the year that everyone thought that Jared Goff was going to be the biggest, like one of the bigger busts, but he ended up panning out quite nicely.
Yeah, it depends what the Giants do. If they go quarterback and decide to start Haskins or whoever they draft from day one, I don't expect much this year. I expect them to be rebuilding. But if they go Eli and they give it one more whirl and they sign some impact players and draft some impact players, I wouldn't be shocked if they win 10 games, and especially with their schedule. They don't have the toughest schedule.
Yeah, I mean, that is very true. I mean, same with the Jets, because, I'm going to try to root everything back to the Jets because, Anyway, yeah, so, I mean, I actually don't have the Giants taking quarterback if Haskins gets off the board early. If Haskins off the board early, my bad, I didn't know how to pronounce that. But if he's off the board early, I do not think Murray is going to go to the Giants. I just don't see him there. I don't know why. I just don't see him. I think maybe you guys could rely on Eli for a little bit, but I also think that Eli next year is when you guys got to really go for a quarterback. I'm not sure the class after that, but I know next year you guys got to really try to go for one because I've never been a big Murray fan. The basics of him.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Murray guy either. You know that. I'm not the biggest Murray guy, and I know the Giants aren't. He's not going to be a Giant. I almost give it a 0% chance he's a Giant. He's not. I'd be shocked. And it has nothing to do with what I feel about him. It's what I think the Giants feel about him. He's not the type of quarterback they're looking for.
Now,
actually, I didn't get to read it before I came on live. Somebody said.
Now, do you think the Jets could actually be a surprise contender?
Yeah, I've been saying that. I think they could get a wild card spot. Yeah, I mean, with the amount of cap space they have, yeah, I think they could.
Yeah, unless they do the good old Jet way and they mess it up somehow, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you go. You have a fantastic day. I like your hairline, and bye bye.
All right, buddy. Thank you for calling in. Who would you rather have, Haskins or Darnold? I'd rather have Darnold. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
I'd rather have Darnold, too. It's Joe Musa. What's up, man?
What's going on, Joe Musa? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'd rather have Darnold. I got to be honest with that.
So when the NFL schedule comes out, do you plan on doing a prediction video with all the Giants games?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely going to have a season preview.
Have you done that before with all their games?
Well, this is my first year on YouTube. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I don't think I did. Maybe I did at the beginning of the year. I don't even remember. But I'll definitely be doing that this year for sure. I'll be breaking down the schedule and doing a preview once the full roster, once I know the team going into the year and the surrounding teams going into the year, I'll definitely be doing a prediction video.
So can I ask you for a favor then?
Yeah.
Can you do a Jets prediction video as well?
Yeah, I'll do. But maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll do. Maybe I'll have JC on and we'll do both separately. Like we'll do one Jets prediction video together, and then we'll do one Giants together.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah. No, definitely do it. I'll definitely. I think the Jets are gonna be good this year. I'm not saying they're gonna be Super Bowl contenders, but I think they're gonna be.
Yeah, but it's like you say. You got to wait till to see who they draft, who they get in free agency and stuff.
They're actually in a similar situation to the Knicks, where they have a ton of money and they don't have a lot of talent yet on the team. They have an early draft pick and a ton of money to spend, much like the Knicks are going to have in this offseason. And you have to see what they do with what they have.
Except that the Jets are a little more talented right now than the Knicks.
Yes. Well, the Knicks are the worst. Yeah, a little. Well, they got Darnold. They have a very important piece where the Knicks don't. Yes, good point.
Yep.
And obviously a couple of nice pieces on defense with Adams. I like the Jets next year. I'd be surprised because I'm gonna assume you're gonna bring in good players with that cap space. So I'd be surprised if they don't win at least 8 games. I think they're
I'll tell you,
7 or 8 games minimum.
I'll tell you what though, Cleveland going out to get what's his name?
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. They already have Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I mean
they're gonna be explosive.
It's a dangerous backfield. I could see them having a lot of sets where both are in at the same time. And Hunt just and I know they had Duke Johnson, who's a good pass catcher out of the backfield, but Hunt's just on another level. And yeah, it's just another weapon for Mayfield. And the Browns have a lot of cap space as well. The Browns are going to be very good next year.
They're just going to go out and get receivers then, no?
Yeah, they have Landry and they have Callaway and they have Njoku, who's a pretty good tight end. But the problem with the free agency market this year, there's not a stud. I mean, the number one guy by most people is Golden Tate, and I don't really view him as a game changer. Maybe they could draft one. They might take Hollywood Brown. That might make sense, especially since he played with Baker Mayfield in college, right? So that might make sense to bring in Hollywood Brown.
Wait, they should bring in Antonio Brown.
Well, they could do that as well. Yeah, yeah. If you could get
that would be sick.
Yeah, if they could get Antonio Brown, I don't know what it would cost. You know, it's a trade, but yeah, if they could bring in Antonio Brown and pair him with those weapons, the Browns might be the Super Bowl favorites. I mean, I can't say that because of the inexperience.
It's a shame. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I can't say they'd be Super Bowl favorites regardless because they don't have any experience. Nobody's been to the playoffs before, but they'd be a really, really good team if they could add one more big-time weapon to that receiving core.
I think they would have made the playoffs if Baker would have started the whole season.
Well, yeah. Well, it was only 2 games, right? Because he came in. I know he didn't start the third, but they played the Jets and they won that game.
He was going to the Jets would have won that game if he didn't come in.
Oh, 100%. But so what did they finish? They finished 7-8-1. So
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely think they would have won that game. They tied had he started that game. So because I remember they tied week 2, so that would have put him at 8-8. And yeah, if they would have won week 1, I don't remember what the game was. They would have been 9-7, right on the bubble. Yeah.
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 It's a shame Josh Gordon didn't pan out for them.
Josh Gordon would have been perfect. Obviously, but
he's such a wasted talent, though.
He's a knuckle, and there's so many players like that. Justin Blackmon's another example of wide receivers that just can't stay out of trouble, that have a world of talent, you know. And he was doing good this year with the Patriots when they got him, and he still went back to his old ways. You know, lucky for you as a Jets fan. But anything else you want to talk about, buddy?
Yeah, stand up, New York Jet fans.
All right, Tom Musa, thank you for calling in, buddy. Yeah, Josh Gordon is an absolute numbskull. Great call there. The coach has never been a head coach on any level. Just trying to read the chat here. AB to the Browns would be good, yeah. Just waiting for the next caller. There we go. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, I was just wondering about the Redskins. How do you think they'll be next year?
Yeah, who's this?
I'm a big Redskins fan. It's been disappointing, obviously, after Alex Smith's injury, and I was born in Virginia, but moved out of that place. But I'm still a big Redskins fan.
What do I think the Redskins are going to do this year? I think it all depends. Well, I don't think the Redskins are going to be that good next year because you're going to have a rookie quarterback.
Right.
You know, whether it be Daniel Jones or Kyler Murray or whoever else, they're going to have a rookie quarterback. They could go out there and sign a quarterback, but that wouldn't make sense because you guys are still paying Alex Smith a ton of money. So I think the Redskins are in rebuild mode. I'd be surprised if they won more. They do have talent on the defensive side specifically, but I'd be surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised if the Redskins win more than 6 games. I'd be surprised. Alex Smith was great. Alex Smith was great for your team. He brought you guys an identity. I don't see it. I mean, I know you're going to get that running back, Darius Geis, right? Or hopefully you'll get him back. But I don't know. I can't see them. Maybe 7 games, maybe. But they're not going to be a threat to win the division or make the playoffs.
All righty. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it, buddy. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, it sounded like it could have been a prank. He was laughing a little bit, but didn't work out that way. Maybe he was nervous. I don't think it was a prank. I think he was maybe just a little nervous. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, am I live? I got in?
You are in.
Oh, it's Goose, man. What's up?
What's going on? I love Goose. What's going on, Goose? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, just watching TV, man.
What are you watching? Live PD?
Actually, I'm watching the Mavericks and the Rockets about to start on NBA TV. So
okay.
Might watch that for a while.
That's a pretty good game.
Look, I want to talk about a certain fan base that's always runs their mouth during the off season.
I think I know what you're going to talk about. I think I'm expecting.
They're in your division.
Oh, I thought you were going with Atlanta there. After I saw that video.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Oh, I like this call. All right. Let's talk.
I mean, and this is a fan base. You know, I'm 42 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
You know how old I was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
Well, I could do the math for you. The last time they won was what, 95?
96. Well, it was 90. It was January of 96. So.
Yeah. 95 regular season, 96 Super Bowl. So yeah, I mean, what are we now? 2019. That's 23 years ago. You were 19.
19.
Yeah. I'm good at math. I'm good at math. I'm pretty good at math.
I mean, that's a lot of talking they've been doing for how many years is this?
And they've only won
one playoff game?
I think two. I think Romo won one.
Oh, it's right. Two. It's two now because they won this past year.
Yeah, they won this past year. And they run their mouths. I mean, I as a Giants fan, I got to be fair. I got to take it. They won the division this year. They were the better team. They've been the better team for the last 2 seasons. So I got to sit there. I got to take it. But well, actually, three seasons, I guess. But yeah, you're right. They do have. The Cowboys fans are notorious for having bandwagon fans. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, I know we got some very good Cowboys fans in my chat, Sexy Goat being one of them, But
yeah. I like Sexy Goat. I hope he's not mad at me.
but they're notorious for having fans that are definitely bandwagon fans. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So I just want to say Dak sucks, and I'll just end the calling. And Goat needs to call in. Don't you agree?
Oh, I've been waiting for Goat to call in for a while now. But I mean, it is what it is. Maybe he'll call in one day. We'll see.
And if I keep saying Dak sucks, I'm thinking maybe he'll just call in just to shut me up, but maybe not.
Yeah, I'll say it. Maybe he'll call in. You know what? Sexy Goat, Dak sucks. Prove me wrong. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Nope.
What's going on, Afghanistan? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in the stream, buddy. Dwayne Basco says Dak will get $30 million and they will suck again. Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's probably gonna get paid. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Yo, Chris, how's it going?
What's going on? Is this Bavith?
Yeah, it is.
What's up, man? What's up?
How you doing, man?
Same old, man. Just talking to you. What's up?
All right. So. First thing I want to talk about this Kareem Hunt to Browns.
Right.
How much will you impact these? Love it.
Gotta wait till I see how long his suspension's gonna be, but I like the move. Let's put it that way. He's a really good running back. I mean, they just got when he's on the field, he's a top 10 running back for $1 million. I mean, that's a great move by them. There's nothing to lose. It's no risk, high reward, and I like the move a lot. I think it's going to add to that Cleveland offense, and I don't think they're done. I think they're going to make a move in free agency or trade. Maybe they're even in on Antonio Brown. We'll see. But Cleveland right now, to me, is the favorite in the AFC North. Them and the Ravens. Those are the two teams.
And I don't know about also for the Browns for the wide receiver. You think they'll pick up on Devin Funchess or like Devontae Parker or something like that?
It's not a bad idea. Devin Funchess is a guy that I think the Giants could potentially be interested in a cost-effective move because they could use a receiver like that, and he's got ties to Gettleman. Gettleman, I think, drafted him. He definitely was with them in Carolina. It's not a bad idea. You bring in a guy like that. I mean, both those guys have kind of underachieved a little bit in their pro careers. Maybe you could rejuvenate them a little bit. They got nice weapons already, obviously with Landry, Callaway, and Njoku, but they could really use like one like really, really good weapon, like Antonio Brown, like Joe Moose had said, if he's available. He is going to be available probably via trade. The only thing with that is, though, more than likely you're not trading him within division. So that's the only thing I'll say about that. He's probably not going to be a Cleveland Brown. I'd be surprised if they trade him in division.
Mm-hmm. You said Devin Funchess to the Giants, but who would you drop? 'Cause I don't think there are any like really bad. Our receiver team is like to drop. Like Cody Latimer, he's a big guy.
That would be the guy. That's the guy. If you were going to do it, that would be the guy. Cody Latimer. You're not cutting anybody else. You're not cutting You're not cutting Coleman. You're not cutting, obviously, Beckham. You're not cutting Shepard.
What about Russell Shepard? He's 28.
Yeah, Russell Shepard. You could definitely cut. I don't know Latimer's contract status. I don't remember what it was when I was looking at the cap. But I think he's at a cost-effective deal. I'd rather keep him than Russell Shepard. So you're right. I'd cut Shepard. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And for Kyler, I remember like last time I called you, you said that if you dropped to round 2, you would not pick him up because of his baseball signings. But what would you say now? If he
round 2, I'm taking him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I didn't take a quarterback, round 2, I'm taking him. He's not going to get to round 2. Somebody's taking him. And it's not going to be the Giants, not in round 1, not 6th overall. I still have him pegged to go to either Washington or Miami. I think those are the 2 teams that he could end up on. The one place I think would be the best fit for him, which cannot happen because they don't have a pick in the first round, is New Orleans. I think that would be a perfect fit for him. I think he'd flourish there. Well, obviously Drew Brees is the starter now, but you learn under Brees for a year or 2, and then you have Sean Payton as your coach. That guy's brilliant, and you're playing it on that turf with his speed. That would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous on the Giants too, though. What do you think?
Well, we don't play in a dome in the turf, and we'll see.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. The dome and the turf. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Now I don't. Yeah, you just changed my mind like that.
Yeah, but because he'd be much quicker on that turf. I mean, he's already blazing fast, but we'll see what happens. You know, it's gonna come up fast. The draft's in 2 months now, so they got the combine in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun covering that on the channel. So I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, man. That's all I got.
All right,
buddy.
buddy.
I wanted to say to you, man. I've been seeing that you ain't been like 100% after these prank calls every show. So like, you know, I'm trying to just keep your head up high, keep the trolls out of the way. You know.
No, I appreciate the kind words, man, and I'm definitely past that. If they call, I'm just gonna stop the stream for 10 minutes, block the numbers, and come back in. But it seems like so far they've gone away. Last night on Sim's show, I think you were watching. I mean, they came in there, they almost did that again. And I would have been really pissed off, but thankfully they seem to be going away. But Bavit, I just want to say you're one of my best subs. I always appreciate anytime you tune into one of my videos, calling the show. I appreciate it, man.
All right, no problem, man. Have a good night.
All right, you too. 60 go because he said Kyler to the Giants. Kid has a strong, accurate arm. Eddie Alvarez says. Eddie Alvarez, of course, is a big Giants fan. A lot of people like Kyler Murray. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
This is a quick message for Joe Lutz. This is a request. Bad dog is a mad dog because the Giants always stink. And they stink. They're trash. Also, Chris, you better watch out. Don't talk about Phillip Rivers like that. Don't talk about my homeboy like that.
All right, Chris, I'm going to let you go because I got somebody calling in. But thank you for the beautiful voice. Thank you. All right, next caller. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey,
who's this?
This is Ralph from Poughkeepsie.
Ralph from Poughkeepsie. I'm going to say there's a 35% chance this is a prank call, but I'm going to let you talk. Go ahead.
So first off, fuck you.
I did a good job with that. You know, does he think I'm going to get upset over that? So first off, F you. Very creative. I'll give him that. A 2-year-old could have came up with that prank call. He did a good job there. Really smart. Ralph from Poughkeepsie. That was a good name. Good location. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Yo, what's good?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Thank you for calling in. 845. I know the area code. I'm sorry. Who is it?
Crispin Baseball Chat.
Yes. What's up, buddy?
Nothing. So I just want to ask a question. It might be a stupid question. I know there's no such thing as stupid questions, but do you think it's possible that Eli Manning might take a pay cut in order to, like, given how loyal he's been to the franchise, and to potentially sign some to free up some cap space? Do you think that's possible at all?
I think he's going to. I do. Nobody said that, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
All right.
Yeah, because Eli Manning, to me, he'd be stupid not to at this point in his career. The guy's made more money than he needs to. And at this point in his career, he's got to know his days are numbers as the Giants quarterback. And his only reasoning for playing at this point is to win a ring. And the only chance the Giants are going to have of doing that this year with him at quarterback
is if he takes the pay cut.
Is if he takes that pay cut. So I think he'd be foolish not to. He'd be ridiculed probably by the fan base if he didn't. And I'm never going to tell a guy not to take the money that he can get. But at this point in Eli's career, I mean, you've made more money than God. You know, you're a savior in this town. You're going to continue to make more money than God. You know, what's $10 million at the end of the day? I know it's a lot of money, but if that's going to help the Giants potentially win a championship by having that money to go out and sign somebody that could really impact this team,
you think he should do it? All right,
yeah,
that makes sense. And also, I heard you talking earlier about the Mets targeting Gio Gonzalez, and you were saying that he was probably the only impact arm. There's more impact arms. I get Gio Gonzalez is probably the most realistic, but Dallas Keuchel's still a free agent. That's not a likely option.
I was thinking more in terms of realistic.
Realistic.
Yeah, Dallas Keuchel's not
realistic. Another guy is Clay Buchholz, who actually had a really good year on the Diamondbacks last year in 16 starts. But I just wanted to throw those ideas out there. But thank you for answering that question.
Yeah, I like Clay Buchholz. That's not a bad one either. I think he
had a 2.01 ERA last year in 16 starts.
I don't know what he would cost, but I like Clay Buchholz.
I don't think he would cost much, but I'm just throwing it out. I'm obviously not a Mets fan, and I think if someone told me that the Mets signed the starting pitcher, I think it would be Gio Gonzalez.
I think that's the guy that if they're going to sign one, that's who they should get.
Yeah, I think that would be the target.
And the other thing is he's familiar with the division too. You know, he's played in the division.
Also, weird fact. He grew up a Met fan actually.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he actually grew up a Met fan.
Oh, very interesting. All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling. You always bring a lot of knowledge.
Thank you for having me in.
You got it, buddy. Next call. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in. All right, there he goes. Little stage fright on that call. All right, next call. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hello, it's James, and I got a question.
James, and you got a question. Well, hopefully I got an answer. What's up, James?
My question is, do you think at this point is John Ross a bust?
How many years has he been in the league now?
3.
Yeah. Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
I mean, I think the Bengals, what they saw was the flashy combine stats.
Yeah,
and they said, let's take a chance.
You see that with a lot of wide receivers. I mean, Darius Hayward-Bay is another example. He had a great combine there for the Raiders. I think it was 7 or 8 years ago, but they reached on him because of his speed and all that. And a lot of times teams draft players way earlier than they should because of their performance at the combine, whether it be their 40 time or whatever. But yeah, and that's a clear example of it. Now, sometimes it works out. Now, I'll give you an example with that. Jason Pierre-Paul, the New York Giants, he shot up the draft charts because of his combine, and obviously he worked out pretty well for the Giants. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it says a lot about they saw a fast guy, and it was just they picked him. And I think Chris Johnson, the Cardinals wide receiver, running back, I think the Titans kind of saw that in him to draft him.
Right.
But he could actually run.
Yeah. Most of the time those burners, a lot of times they're not impact players at the pro level. I mean, there's a couple. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's a great example of a guy that really flourished. When he first came into the league, I thought he'd be a gadget player. I never thought he'd be what he is today. And right now, you could argue Tyreek Hill is one of the top 5, 6 receivers in the league. He's that good. But it's rare that those... Brandon Cooks is another one that was pretty good.
Brandon Cooks is fast.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson's another one. But a lot of times those...
Darren Sproles is a fast guy, but he's very elusive.
Yeah, he's a running back. But yeah, but a lot of times those burners, they don't work out a lot of times. But sometimes they do.
Okay. I have one last question. Do you think the Alliance, the new football league, is pretty much the Canadian Football League?
Well, it's obviously more in line with the NFL in terms of the rules, right? They got a few different rules, but it's not like the Canadian League where you could run before the play is going to be called and they play with a bigger field.
I wasn't saying it like that. I was saying it just like...
You mean the product?
Yeah, is it more of the sense that it's for not NFL-ready guys and they get them NFL-ready? Is it...
Well, I think I think that's probably what this is going to end up being. It's going to be like the G League and the NBA for players that are not quite good
underperforming.
Yeah, not quite good enough to be in the pros, and maybe they go out there, they prove themselves, and they get an opportunity. That's what it's going to be. Yeah, but it's something to watch for football fans. It's something to watch.
They got a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean they have. I mean Trent Richardson's an example. He was playing the other day. Hackenberg, but he played horrible. I think he was a second-round pick by the Jets.
Cameron Wake. He actually played in the Canadian Football League.
Oh, I didn't know that. The pass rusher from the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I mean, Kurt Warner played in the Arena League. He's a Hall of Famer. Doug Flutie's another one. Doug Flutie started in the NFL, didn't do well. He went over, he played, I think, in the USFL for about 10, 12 years. Came back, and he had a good end to his career with the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, it was...
Warren Moon played in the USFL. A lot of players played in other leagues. Steve Young, another one. But, yeah. But anything else?
That's why you really got to start watching the Alliance and Canadian Football League. Just, got a lot of talent that wasn't good enough the first time round.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a look, man. But I'm going to let you go because I got some people calling in. But thank you so much for the call, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Anytime.
You got it, buddy. Thank you so much. Oh, Hackenberg was horrible, Goose. Absolutely horrible. Next on the line. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, Chris. This is Texas Liberty, man. How you doing?
Texas Liberty. I love this guy. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. I wanted to call in earlier, but I wasn't at the house. I wanted to kind of give you an intro. We'll have to do that another time. Like a movie trailer intro.
Oh, that would be cool.
Right. For comedic purposes, absolutely. Well, my question is kind of a joint question for both you and Stuck in the 80s.
Okay.
But I want to know, what is your favorite sports movie? Now, this has some stipulations. Now, if you're the type of person that has best and then favorite, that's fine. You can make the distinction. But I want a baseball, I want a football, and I want a basketball.
Okay.
I'll let you slide on hockey.
Okay. My favorite sports movie is actually none of those. It's Rocky. But I will give you my favorite baseball, basketball, and football. My favorite football... Now, I got to go over the ones that I like. I mean, I've seen a bunch. These aren't my favorite, but I'm just going to go down the ones that pop in my head. Friday Night Lights. You've got Rudy, which is probably my favorite. I'm trying to think what else. What's the... Any Given Sunday. Friday Night Lights, Rudy. Yeah, I'll go Rudy for football. I know I'm forgetting a few movies, but Rudy I think is my favorite football movie. Basketball, I'm going to go classic here. Now, I could go White Men Can't Jump, which I really like. I could go Coach Carter, which is a pretty good movie.
I got to throw Hoosiers out there just as
that's where I was
going.
That's where I was going. Hoosiers is my number one. Well, Hoosiers is my number one basketball movie. That's one of my all-time favorite sports movies. And then for baseball... A lot of good baseball movies. Field of Dreams is a classic. Rookie of the Year I enjoyed as a kid.
You can even narrow it down to Yankee movies. There's so many baseball movies,
I'm going to go Field of Dreams. I love Field of Dreams. So I'll go Field of Dreams for baseball. I'll go Hoosiers for basketball. I'll go Rudy for football. And obviously Rocky I love. And for hockey, Miracle was really good. Mighty Ducks is good. But I guess I'll go Miracle for hockey. And then for golf, you got to go Caddyshack.
You have to go Caddyshack.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And Happy Gilmore's a good one too.
Well, you went above and beyond. I was only hoping for 3. You gave me them all. And Rocky, that's a good call, man.
Yeah, well, Rocky's great.
Well, thank you. And Stuck in the 80s, I'd like your answer in the chat for me as well, please. And that's it, man. That's all I got. Thanks, Chris.
You got it, man. Thank you so much for calling in. The Entertainer getting love on Facebook page. I appreciate that, Real New York Giants Mafia. And I saw your message. Major League. I forgot Dwayne Basco. Oh, man. That might be my favorite baseball movie, Dwayne Basco. How do I forget that? Where are you going, Meat? About 90 feet. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
It's the Movie Critic. What's up, bro?
The Movie Critic. Well, we were just talking about movies. You missed the conversation.
Yeah, I saw your movies. I was surprised you didn't say Bo Durham at all.
Bull Durham's another good one. Yeah, Bull Durham's another good one.
Yes.
I mean, just baseball movies off the top of my head. You got Angels in the Outfield. You've got. I mean, there's so many that I didn't say. Rookie of the Year.
And then football. I don't know if you said it because I just came in the stream, but remember the Titans is another great film.
Remember the Titans was great. Another underrated baseball movie that I actually like a lot, based on a true story, is The Rookie with Dennis Quaid.
Oh yeah, that's great, man. That's a great movie.
That was a good movie. But what's up, man?
What's going on, bro? So we can talk about anything in this one, right?
yeah. Any sports you want, man. Any sports you want.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the Mets? How do you think they're going to be this year?
How do I think the Mets are going to be this year? Again, as I always say, it comes down to injuries. If they stay healthy, I think they're a potential playoff team. I think they got talent.
Yeah.
You know? I think they did a really good job this year in the offseason. Adding the pieces that they did.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off or anything, but yeah, I think they got a lot of good hitters, to be honest, because that's what they were kind of lacking. I mean, they already have the pitching; they just need the pitching to stay healthy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they bolstered the middle of their lineup. I mean, you got Cano, you've got Ramos. I mean, those are 2 guys that you could stick in the middle of your lineup. I think Nimmo's going to take a step forward this year. I think Conforto should bounce back. He had a good second half last year. Lowry was a nice pickup. You figure Alonso could produce the rookie. A lot of people like him. Hopefully, Frazier gives you something. Rosario, I don't even talk about enough. Rosario had a pretty good second half, and I actually expect Rosario to have a really big year this year. I think Rosario will have a really good year at shortstop. He might be their most improved player. The Mets got a good team on paper. I really believe that. I know a lot of Mets fans are pessimistic, and they don't want to buy in, but I like where the Mets are going this year.
Yeah, my favorite player is Conforto, so I'm hoping
I love Conforto. Love Conforto.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
But anything else, buddy?
Yeah. So I remember we talked about the Knicks yesterday, and Zion Williamson was the guy we all wanted. But who would be like your second? If the second overall pick, Zion Williamson is gone, who would you take?
If Zion's gone, to me it's between 2 players. It's either Morant or it's R.J. Barrett. And I don't know. To be fair, I got to see a little bit more of both of them. I'd be leaning towards Barrett right now, but a lot of people like Morant, and the Knicks don't have a point guard yet. We'll see what DSJ does for the rest of the year. So we'll see. I'm not going to be upset if they get any one of those 3 players. I think all of them are going to be difference makers at the next level.
I think what you said yesterday was actually pretty good, like what you said about Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant. I mean, I don't think Kawhi Leonard would come here, but maybe if he talks to Kevin Durant, he could persuade him or something, and we could use... Because I love Kyrie. I think he's a great player, but he's kind of injury prone. That's the only thing that scares me about him.
He's very injury prone. He's had knee injuries, and we know as Knicks fans with Amar'e Stoudemire, we know what that's about. I mean... oh, wow, Joe Musa, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, have a good night, Chris. Great stream, as always, by the way. The commentating was great last night. I appreciate that, Joe Musa. Yeah, I take pride in my commentating. I try to do the best job I can. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. But go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, your commentating was great on that boring game. No, that game was pretty boring.
Yeah. 26-0.
So listen, I was at Stout, and I know you go there sometimes. and I was there, and I was listening to you on the stream, and I was like, wow, this guy is really putting it on for this boring game. And you said stand up so many times, I had alcohol poisoning.
I love Stout. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite bars in New York City. I love that. They got good food there too. It's a really,
Oh yeah,
what'd you have?
I didn't know if I told you this, but I work in the Empire State Building, so I'm pretty close to Stout. I'm there all the time.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite thing when you go there?
Oh, I love their burgers over there.
Yeah,
I love getting
the burgers are great.
the Honey Jack.
The
Honey
Shepherd,
Jack you mentioned.
Oh, the Honey Jack's great, but Shepherd's Pie I think they got over there if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the Shepherd's Pie is amazing, bro.
Yeah, that's what I usually get when I go there.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I met you through Jet Central because he was in New York and you were with him, and that's how I met you, and I love your streams. I've been watching ever since.
And I appreciate it, man. I really do. I'm going to have Jet Central on a lot more. I've just been so busy with the last couple of days, but during the Mets season, I'm going to have him on a lot. Probably a weekly show with JC. Once a week, we're going to talk Mets.
I don't want to take too much of your time. I just have one last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind. Yeah, so if the Giants don't take Dwayne Haskins, let's say he's taken by some other team, who would you want them to take?
Well, it depends who's there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it really depends who's there. But, you know, it's the same. I mean, either a pass rusher like a Farrell or Sweat, if we're being realistic, if Josh Allen doesn't fall to us. Or the or the linebacker, the guy from LSU that I just did the preview on. The names escape me off the top of my head, but those are the three guys I would want if it's not the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know.
Just one last thing before I go, I just want to say, Mad Dog was saying, what's his name? Kyle Murray. That's who he wanted.
Oh, he loves Kyler Murray. He's a big Oklahoma fan. And he wants Kyler Murray. He loves Kyler Murray. That's me and Bad Dog almost always agree. That's one thing we disagree on.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was in his chat after your chat yesterday. He was amazing. He stayed so late. Anyway, always enjoy your show. I don't want to take up any more of your time. You get with more callers. And
stuff. Devin White, of course. Yeah, Devin White's the linebacker. But yeah, I appreciate you calling in, buddy.
I'm only like 5 or 6 subscribers away from 200, and I love your show. And
go into the chat so people can check your channel.
Yeah. I am in the chat. I just joined. So.
Yeah. So just get active in the chat, and I'll tell people to sub you up. Thanks for calling, in, buddy.
Definitely will. Thank you so much for all your support, and I'll keep supporting you, bro. Take care.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling in. And I think this is Patriots for life. If it is, I'm going to hang up in 1 second, but go ahead.
No.
Yeah, it was Patriots for life. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Love this guy. What is going on, my man? Mark Israel. What, the OJ?
That's me, OJ. Yeah, I heard you talking about movies. Everybody seems to always forget. Maybe you've seen it. I don't know. But what about North Dallas 40?
I've never seen that.
You've never seen it. All right. Well,
what is that? What sport?
Well, it was written by a guy named Peter Gent, who was actually an NFL player, and he played for the Dallas Cowboys. And the book and the movie are based on events that he's witnessed and went through while he was playing for the Cowboys. And it takes place, I'm gonna guess, mid-70s.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. The movie came out in 1979, but it's also it's also a terrific. It's a comedy for the most part, but it's all based on true events. Terrific
hold
movie.
on one second, Mark Israel. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Sure. Sure.
Dwayne Basco, if that was you, I apologize. It was the same first 3 digits of Patch for Life. So after this call, I will make sure to take your call. I didn't mean to hang up on you. I just assumed it was Patch for Life. Because it's 770. I will definitely take your call next. After I hang up, be sure to call and I'll take yours next. But go ahead, buddy.
But yeah, so definitely, I'm telling you, I recommend it highly. Check it out. Go get a DVD or something.
What is it called again? 40 Star?
North Dallas 40.
North Dallas 40. Okay,
Dallas
40. Okay.
Yeah, it stars Nick Nolte.
Okay.
You got to check it out.
But also, I was going to say this what is it? The AAF, the new league.
Yeah, the American whatever it is, the Alliance, whatever football, whatever it is.
Yeah, I have no taste for this.
I tried to get into it, and when I do my play-by-play, I try to make it interesting, but it's not a good product. Let's put it that way. I wanted to do the hockey game, to be honest with you. I've never done a hockey game, and I'm not even a hockey fan, but I think it would be cool to try to call it. I don't know if I'd be good at it because it's very quick and there's a lot of shift changes. It's probably hard, but I was thinking.
I saw that post you put up. Obviously, I voted for the hockey game, and the Islanders won again, which I'm sure you know.
Yeah, 73 points. I'm starting to pay attention to them a little bit because I'm trying to be active in all the sports.
It's unfortunate for the Isles because look, they haven't really won anything for 40 years, since they were a dynasty. But when you step back and you look at it, right now the Isles are the biggest, or should be, the biggest story in New York sports.
Yeah, I'm going to get you in a second. I just got a super chat. I just want to say thank you to the Movie Critic for the super chat. He says, thanks for taking my call. Best show ever. Movie Critic is the best. That was the guy who was just on the phone with me. He was talking about his YouTube channel. If you like movies, which is a topic tonight, go on over there and sub him up. He's got a good channel over there. But go ahead. You were saying the Islanders should be the biggest top. The thing is, we both know this, and you're right. Especially with the way the Knicks are performing, and the way the Giants and Jets performed. But New York's not a hockey town. It's just not.
Yeah. Well, also the Rangers are lousy. So
yeah. I'm going to start paying attention to the Islanders, though. I am when I can. Obviously, I'm not going to watch them on a night in, night out basis, but. Going down the stretch, I'm not going to make videos because I don't know near enough about hockey, but I'll definitely stream a game here and there of the Islanders and Rangers. Well, are the Rangers even in the playoffs right now?
If the season ended today, I think they'd be out.
Yeah, I'll probably do a couple Islanders games here and there, and I'll definitely do one or two in the playoffs when they make it for sure. So yeah, I'll definitely. Now
listen, just a real quick. Also with the new football league, if this is supposedly, like, from what I understand, from what I've read and from what I've heard, it's pretty much like a developmental league. So you got, guys, who didn't make it on the NFL clubs and whatever, and you got, I was watching Steve Spurrier, who's one of the coaches, and he was saying that they want to get, what's it called? What's the name of that list? The practice squad players.
They
want to start having NFL practice squad players in the league.
Okay, yeah, so almost like a minor league, essentially.
Right, but this is what I'm getting at. If this league is a developmental league, and these are the kind of players that they have and that they're gonna continue to get and so forth. Who the hell is going to be playing for the XFL?
That's a great point. And I don't think both leagues... I don't think either one's going to survive long term. Maybe they could survive for 5 to 10 years, but...
Right.
There's no way both of them are going to be able to survive long term. I can't see it.
Right, but the bottom line is this AAF, if these are the throw-offs from the NFL teams... Obviously, all of those players, I would imagine, would want to, that are throw-offs, do want to play for that league. Who the hell is going to want to play for the XFL? And what's the caliber of player going to be like?
You know what I say? If I was Vince McMahon with the XFL, I would go after, and I would spend big money on quarterbacks. I would go after guys.
Don't say Kaepernick. Don't say Kaepernick.
He's one of 4 or 5 guys I would go after because he.
All right, but that's never going to happen, Chris.
All right, throw him off. I'd go after Manziel. I'd go after Tebow. I'd go after. There was another quarterback that I thought about. There was 4. Kaepernick was one of them. I can't remember the other one.
Right.
But I would definitely go after Manziel and Tebow. I think they put butts in the seats and they'd get people to tune in.
Well, you'll never see Kaepernick, and I know you don't like talking politics, but McMahon is good friends with the president, so there's no way Kaepernick's going to
Well,
come
that's
into.
the thing. That's why I
you
don't
know.
think, because of McMahon, doesn't seem like he'd be open to that. He even said that they wouldn't tolerate the kneeling. I think they said that. But,
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
But if it's about dollars and cents, a guy like Kaepernick would get ratings, and a guy like Tebow would get ratings, a guy like Manziel would get ratings. You need quarterbacks in these leagues for people to tune in on a week-in, week-out basis.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And lastly, before I hang up, I wanted to mention this to you a couple of weeks ago, because when you were talking about the whole, your whole thing with the Dolphins.
Yeah. Yeah.
the actual Dolphin, not the football team.
Yeah.
Right. No, I wanted to tell you, I've been swimming with dolphins on 2 occasions.
Okay. And do you have?
And
did you get
the first?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I just want to tell you that you're absolutely correct. Not that I got humped by a dolphin, but the first time I did this was down in Florida Keys, and when you go before you get in the water with them, their trainers give you heads up on what to do, what not to do, how to behave around, all of that stuff.
Right.
And one of the first things they said to us was, dolphins do get amorous, and they can hump you.
I don't make it up. I'm telling you, dolphins are the only other animal to have sex for pleasure. It's a true story. I don't make that up.
Yes, no, that's why I called to say to back you up on this. It's no BS. It really it does happen, and I kept wishing that one of these dolphins would have tried to hump my buddy, because that would have been hilarious. But it didn't happen. But no, you're absolutely right.
And thank you again, Movie Critic, for the super chat. He says we need Kaepernick, but what about Tebow? Well, Tebow, I think, would put butts in the seats. That's why I brought him up. I don't think he's a great quarterback, but it would get people. But a lot of people think, embarrassingly enough, that Tebow has a legitimate shot to crack the Mets roster at some point. I don't think it'll happen. But I'm going to let you go.
Well, but just real quick, because Tebow's also very good. He's good friends with the Mets' new GM, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean that can say a lot. But anyway, all right, go get your other calls, buddy. I'll speak to you later.
All right, great call, buddy. All right. So I think this. Oh, I just missed him. He called right back. Oh no, this is him. Hello.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, man? Sorry, I hung up on you earlier. I thought it was
no problem, man. No problem. I know you get a lot of cranks on this one, so.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Oh, nothing much, man. Calling up to talk about some Giants, man.
All day.
And the way I'm looking at this draft right now, I think it's 2 things. It's either Haskins or a trade down, and the reason I say that is there's 3 elite guys in this draft. There's you got Bosa, you got Quentin, and you got the edge rusher from Kentucky.
Right, Josh Allen. Yeah.
Yeah. So outside of that, I mean, pretty much 4 through 15 are really similar. If you want Jonah Williams, or if you want Ford from Oklahoma, or if you want Greedy Williams or the cornerback from Georgia, what have you. So my whole thing is...
Well, there are some guys that I like more than those guys, but you're right. It's a big lump. Like Devin White I like a lot. I like Ed Oliver. What's his name I like a lot? Montez Sweat. But, yeah, no, you're right. There's 3 elite prospects, and then there's a bunch of very, very good players.
Yeah, because you can go out and get the guy from Michigan. What, Grady?
Rashawn Gary you talking about?
Rashawn Gary, yeah.
Rashawn, yeah.
So, I mean, there's a bunch of guys. I think the linebacker from LSU is sets himself apart, so I'll give you that one. But, I mean, outside of that, there's a bunch of guys that are similar. So my thing is either get the quarterback this year or trade down and pick up next year's first-round pick so you can have some ammunition to move up and get Tua.
That's the thing that I like. I like that idea. And if the Giants don't like a quarterback in this year's draft, I personally think that might be the best possible situation if they could find a suitor. Like, if they could find... Somebody's going to want to trade up. I mean, because somebody's going to like...
Yeah, Miami will want to trade up.
Yeah, Miami or even Washington. They probably won't want to trade within division. Maybe the Broncos.
Right.
Somebody's going to like a quarterback there if the Giants don't to trade up and take that spot. Yeah, we'll see. I I don't hate that idea at all. If you get another first-round pick from next year's draft, and say the Giants finish with the 12th pick, 13th pick, and then say you have a 14th or 15th with it, then you could then go to a team. You might not be able to get the number 1 overall pick and get a Tua, but you might be able to move up and get a Herbert or get another quarterback in next year.
Oh yeah, the guy from Georgia. The guy from Georgia.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's not if the opportunity presents itself and they don't like a quarterback, and somebody doesn't fall in their lap that they think is a game changer.
Right.
It's not a bad idea. It's not.
Yeah, man. And also, I took a look at the your free agent video. I like what you were talking about with the tackle out of Carolina, man.
Oh, Darrell Williams.
We can get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
we're on our way, man.
I think he's a perfect fit because Gettleman obviously likes him. He took him in the 4th round, and he was really good in 2017. He was one of the better right tackles in the sport. This year he got hurt, but you're kind of going to get him on a discount because of that. So I think it's a good move if the Giants can bring him in.
Even better because we don't have a ton of cap room. So
yeah, and he's still young. I think he's 26.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, man. Well, keep doing your thing, man. I'm enjoying the chat.
I really appreciate the call. Thank you very much again. I apologize for hanging up on you.
All right, no problem, man.
All right, have a good one. Yeah, Mark Israel, I think he popped in the chat once, and he's commented on a couple of videos, but he likes to stay in the background, Sperm Cell. He kind of lurks a little bit. Have a good night, Stuck in the 80s. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, Entertainer? What's the channel, brother?
I appreciate that. Who's this?
Michael Sachs Jr.
All right, very good stuff, man. What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
The Knicks. What happens if y'all don't get big name free agents? What are you gonna do?
That's the dilemma. That's the dilemma that we're all pondering is what will happen. They can't panic. That's the key because last time they were in this situation, they panicked and they used that money on second-tier superstar Amari Stoudemire, and he was banged up with the knee problem, so it was even a stupider move. They can't do that this year. They can't go out and sign Kemba Walker, in my opinion. I don't think he's on that level, and I wouldn't sign Jimmy Butler either. I would stay away. I would stay clear of those guys. They gotta be patient. They gotta be patient and continue to build through the draft. If they can't get a big player, you draft a guy this year, whether it's Zion, and then you try to get another top 5 pick the following year and continue to build.
Yes. Like if I don't get a big free agent, did y'all make a mistake by trading Porzingis then? If you don't get nobody.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna be able to fully judge that trade until I see the way that the Knicks use that cap space. So it might be in 2 years. It might be in 3 years when they finally use it. But once I see what the Knicks got with that cap space, that's when I can fully judge that trade. If they use it on second-tier stars, it was a horrible trade. It was a horrible trade. And I don't care that Porzingis is injury-prone. That's not a guy you trade unless you could get elite players in his place. So that's it. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to judge the trade until I see what they do with that cap space and who they get with those draft picks that they're going to acquire from Dallas. And what are you a Knicks fan?
No, I'm a LeBron fan.
You're who's your team? Oh, LeBron.
Yeah.
See, I've noticed that in basketball specifically, there's a lot of people that cheer for players more so than teams, and it's weird. I'm not saying you're weird. I'm saying a lot of people do it. It's just it's different.
Yeah, I've been a LeBron fan since when they put his first game in high school on TV, and then Dick Vitale and everybody.
I remember watching that game.
Yeah.
What was the team? I know it was. It was a green uniform, right? I can't remember the team.
Yeah. St. Vincent St. Mary's.
Yeah, there you go. But now LeBron, where do you think LeBron ranks all time?
Number 2.
You put him right behind Jordan?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I would have him right behind Jordan too. I think a lot of people hate on LeBron, and he brought a lot of the hate on himself. Let's be fair, by that whole Miami thing. But I've never seen a player. He's even to me more talented probably than Jordan was. But Jordan obviously had the killer instinct. He was as clutch as nails. Great defender. I can't put him above Jordan, but What LeBron could do on a basketball court, I think a lot of people aren't going to fully appreciate what he did until he retires, because is really special.
Yeah, and he's more a Magic type of player, Magic Johnson, than Michael.
Thank you so much for the super. I just want to address that. Movie critic said, I appreciate the super chat. He says MJ is better than LeBron. LeBron is a crybaby. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have that mindset, and he does flop a lot. MJ's definitely better. I can't put him above MJ. And a lot of people would have other players in their top number 2, 3, 4. A lot of people say Bird's better than him. I don't agree with that. But, you know, I feel like he's one of those athletes that when he retires, people are going to realize how great he was.
Well, to that super chat, who's more of a flopper, him or Ginobili?
Well, good point. Well, Ginobili's the king of the flops, and so was Vlade Divac. Remember him?
Yeah.
But
Shaq called him the Sacramento Queens.
And I even remember when I even remember when Michael Jordan played. He used to get away with walks left and right. I mean, he would take 4 steps, and they wouldn't call it. So there's always things to pick about the great players, but at the end of the day, LeBron's an all-time great.
Yeah.
You know. But thank you so much for calling in, buddy. Thank you for being a great subscriber.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you in the channel.
All right, man. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did say he was a crybaby. I guess he interpreted it as a flopper. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
The most beautiful, recognizable voice on YouTube, Bobby from Vermont. What is going on, my man?
Are you crazy? They call me Jerry Lewis.
What's up?
You gotta be kidding. You're funny though.
What's up, Bobby? What do you want
to
talk
about? Is it gonna snow there tomorrow?
I honestly haven't looked at the weather report, and you just got me really upset because I hope not.
I know it's gonna snow tomorrow here.
Well, it snows every day there. I mean, you live in Vermont.
I know, but I hate it. I gotta move back to New York.
I think you do.
And you're moving to Texas, I heard.
Well, no, nothing's set in stone. I don't know what.
You better not move to who's in Texas. You know the Dallas Cowboys.
I know the Dallas Cowboys. I know the cheerleaders. They got good cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah. Not the Cowgirls, only the Cowgirls.
Yeah.
So do you think the Mets are gonna get that Geno guy you like?
I'm sorry, what?
You think the Mets are gonna get the Geno guy you like?
Oh, Gio Gonzalez, the pitcher?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not.
Oh, no?
No, we'll see, but probably not. I mean, I hope, but... Well, you know what? This is a new regime, though. I will say they've shown a lot of aggression. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, they have.
I wouldn't be shocked if they go out... Oh, Detonator, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Oh, my God, we're going to get that much tomorrow?
12 to 16. I'm only going to get 4 to 6.
My God. All right.
Well, I'm sorry, Chris.
It's going to be a tough day at work.
You have to work tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. That'll be a tough day at work.
You still have to work in the snow?
Yeah, but if it's really bad, they'll probably hold us at the depot until it clears up a little bit. We'll see, but...
Oh, that's ridiculous. You got to go to the depot. And...
They'll probably...
Where you work again? You work for a cable company, right, you said?
Yeah, I work over in Queens.
Oh, you work in Queens?
Yeah.
What part of Queens?
Well, I'm not going to give away too much information, but I work in Queens.
Oh, yeah, I lived in Queens, Glen Oaks.
Oh, yeah, I think you told me that. Yeah, I think you told me that.
Yeah, okay. You know that guy you had on before?
Which one?
Not the guy before the other guy.
Okay.
Israel.
Oh, yeah,
Israel
OJ. You're talking about OJ?
Yeah, I think Sperm Cell said it was the other guy, the Ghost. He sounded. Do you ever see the show Rotor?
Rotor, no.
He sounded like Carmine he's the guy downstairs. Push the button. He sounded like that guy all the time. He sounds like he's from New York too.
Stephen Pazienza says that you want my GPS coordinates.
No, you're my best friend and your friend.
I know.
Where's Bad Dog today? Bad Dog's not on tonight.
Bad Dog's taking the night off. I see Mike Morena's in the chat. I love Mike Morena. What's going on, buddy?
He deserves it.
Oh yeah.
What about the Giants?
What about the Giants?
You still thinking they're going for the quarterback? I heard you change that up.
I don't know what they're gonna do. Obviously, you got to think it's a possibility because Eli. Thank you so much for the super chat, Detonator. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. He says, I just want to clear up. Don't blame me if it is wrong. Blame the weatherman on my TV. Also, nice hairline. Everybody picks on my hairline.
What does what's that word mean?
What is that?
What's charismatic mean?
Charismatic?
MH. What does that mean?
It means you're like, I'm trying to come up with the word. I know what it means, but I'm trying to come up with...
Am I like the Rain Man or something?
No, that has nothing...
calling to me...
That has nothing to do with being the Rain Man. It has nothing to do with... It has nothing to do with having the ability to count how many toothpicks fell on the floor, or counting or counting cards at a blackjack table. No, it means
I wish I could do that. That would be good, right?
It means you have a personality. It means you have a personality.
I do have a personality.
You're adorable. I always say that. But
you are too. You're adorable too. I like that girl. I like Whitney. Is Whitney coming down?
I know you like Whitney. I know you like Whitney. You are the best, Bobby. You are the absolute best.
I try.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I'll let somebody else call and then call in later if you get bored.
All right, my man. Thank you for calling.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, next caller. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, how you doing? This is John.
What's going on, John?
Nothing much. I've been watching your videos for a little bit now. I'm a big fan.
I appreciate that. What's your name in the chat?
What's that?
Are you? I'm just curious. I always want to know my subscribers. Are you in the chat?
Yeah, I'm in the chat right now. Yeah.
What's your name in the chat?
Oh, sorry. Let me type it in.
Oh, I don't care. I'm
John. It's just John.
Oh, okay. Oh, right there. There he is, John. Oh, yeah. So you commented on a couple of my videos.
Yeah. I'm loose. I'm loose with the comments, but I try to chime in once in a while.
Yeah, no. I just always want to know the who I'm talking to. So what's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I originally found out about your channel from Jet Central. I'm a huge Jet fan.
I'll tell you, man. I am blown away because I didn't even realize till I started doing this show. Because I was on his channel. I don't know when you found me on Jet Central's channel. Did you find it when we did the collaboration for the playoffs or during the weekly picks?
The weekly picks.
Yeah, so I didn't even know I had this many subscribers that came over from his channel that were Jets fans until I started doing this call-in show. And you guys,
for sure.
I'll say this: you guys are some of my best callers. A lot of really knowledgeable Jet fans have come over, and that makes sense because JC is a very knowledgeable channel, so he probably attracts real, knowledgeable football fans. But yeah, you guys have been great for my channel.
Yeah, no, for sure. Not only that, I mean, the Jets have been awful for so long. I mean, the fan base just studies up and down what they could be doing better, but they never do it.
Yeah, it's true. You guys are always looking forward to the offseason. And I know the feeling as a Mets fan. Are you a Mets fan?
No, I'm a Yankee fan. But here, let me ask you a question. I've been dying to ask you this question now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I know I've been watching your videos, and you've been saying the Giants are going with Dwayne Haskins at 6.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's set in stone, but
no. But my question for you is, if somebody leapfrogs ahead of you guys and grabs Dwayne Haskins, who would be your number 2 or number 3 quarterback?
All right, well, let me put it this way. If somebody takes Haskins, I'm not taking a quarterback with the 6th pick. I don't think there's any other quarterback I would consider taking there.
Okay.
But my number 2 quarterback right now, and a lot of people probably don't agree with me, it's Daniel Jones. I have Daniel Jones at 2, Drew Lock at 3, and I have Murray at 4. Right now. That could change. That could change, but that's what I have.
If somebody jumps ahead of you guys, if you're looking for the quarterback, you would probably want to trade down then.
If you're looking for the quarterback, absolutely, I would want to trade down.
Okay.
I don't think any of those quarterbacks are worthy taking mid-first round. All of those guys. Even Haskins, I think it's a stretch at 6, but I think he's the best one, and they need a quarterback. So I wouldn't be upset if they took him at 6.
No, I agree with you. I agree completely.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, I just wanted to chime in and get that question from you. I appreciate being on the show tonight.
I appreciate you being a good subscriber, my man. Thank you for calling in.
Of course. Yep, keep up the good work. Thank you.
All right, buddy. John Gotti. A lot of John Gottis in the chat. All right, next call. You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? Who's this?
It's Cooper. Remember me?
Trooper.
Cooper.
Oh, Cooper. Yeah, Cooper. Yeah, yes. Miami Dolphin fan, right?
Yeah, what's good, man?
What's going on, man? Thank you for calling in, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Just got back from practice for baseball.
Oh, what position you play?
Shortstop.
Oh, good. All right, very good stuff, man. What do you want to talk about?
No, I just want to see what's up. I saw you were streaming, so I just wanted to, say hi. And
yeah, man, I appreciate the call. I want to say I appreciate everything you've done for my channel. You told me that you've told some of your friends about my channel. I'm sure I've picked up a few subscribers because of it. And that always means the world to me when my subscribers go out of their way to do that. So, thank you for doing that.
I just wish more people can. I just wish more people could share with you guys. I just feel like you guys can get so many more subs and.
Yeah, I mean it'll happen over time. I'll say I never thought I'd have this many subs. Bad Dog's been on longer than me, but Bad Dog really didn't reinvent his channel until this year. But I only started 8 months ago, so I never thought I'd have this many subs. So I'm more than happy with where I'm at now, and I'm just going to continue to try to build it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you one question specific. I don't know if you watched the new that football league.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, AAF.
Yeah, that. What do you think about that? What's your take on that?
It's something to watch. You know what that league is for, in my opinion.
I haven't really got to watch it yet, so I don't know.
It's all right, but you know what that league is good for? It's for fans that don't like any sport but football. If you're a basketball fan and you're a baseball fan and a hockey fan, you're not gonna watch it. Not on a consistent basis. It's not a good product. But for somebody that only likes football, I guess it's something to watch in the off season.
Yeah. Are there former NFL players in it?
Yeah. What's his name? Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. Hackenberg, the ex-Jet quarterback's in it. There was a couple others.
What happened to that guy? Richardson. He was one of the first picks in the draft, right?
Yeah, he was a top 5. I think he was the 5th pick by the Browns, and they traded him to the Colts for a first-round pick. He fell off. He looked pretty good though. I streamed one of the games yesterday, and that was the game I streamed, and he scored a touchdown. He ran for I think over 100 yards. But
yeah, we have for the team we have practice every day, and on the weekends even we even have practice on Sunday, and they go to 9 o'clock.
Well, I remember. I'm guessing you're probably around high school age.
Yeah, I'm 17.
Yeah, I remember when I played baseball at your age, it was the same thing. I would be playing at least 6 or 7 nights a week, either between high school, the travel team, whatever, and fall league and all that. You're always playing.
It's a lot of work.
And it's a big investment for the parents, too, because they always got to drive you around as you're growing up to all different places across the state and all that. I remember that growing up. But Florida's probably a good place to play baseball because you can play year-round.
No, yeah, it is. It's awesome. It's not too... Well, it's blazing hot in the summer, but it's nice in the winter and the spring, really.
Yeah, it's a good place to definitely grow up and play sports for sure. New York, I mean, baseball you could really only play from probably April, mid-April to probably late October, because then it gets too cold, and so it's only about 6 months.
What's how cold is it now?
Probably in the low 30s. But I mean, it alters. Some days it's 10, some days it's 40. But it's probably in the 30s.
I think the lowest I live around the Orlando area, but I think the lowest it's been this season is probably 45 degrees.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Well, Jet Central's from Orlando. He tells me that too all the time. He says that it's rarely below 50. Yeah, I kind of wish I had your climate sometimes. I like to change the seasons, but sometimes you wish it didn't get as cold as it does here. And thank you so much for the super chat there.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. I just want to check in real quick. I'm probably going to go to bed soon, but just want to say hi and say keep working hard and try to keep sharing with my... I was going to share with my team, because a lot of my guys are big sport fans too.
If you could do that, that'd be amazing. Any subscribers you get, I deeply appreciate it.
Everyone that's watching the stream, make sure you shout out Chris and Bad Dog and give them some good support, all right? And I'll catch y'all later, all right?
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, my man.
All right.
All right, and super chat there by Movie Critic. He says, New Yorkers stand up Not much snow tomorrow. All right, good stuff. Good stuff there, Movie Critic. Thank you for the super chat. Stand up. What's going on? You're on live. What's going on?
You guys heard that Ray Rice 2.0 signed with the Browns?
I did. I made a video on it today. You're talking about Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you think? Who is this? Lucas?
This is
I'm trying to learn my callers.
Yeah, this is Marshall Mathers. I am Eminem.
What's up? Is this Lucas?
This is James.
Oh, James. Okay. So yeah. Of course. The Browns signed the running back Kareem Hunt. Yep.
I'm not even sure if Roger Goodell's going to let him play because the Browns only signed him for 1 year. So
I don't think I don't think he'll be suspended for the whole season. But he's definitely going to miss some time. That's for sure.
Do you think the Browns are like the Redskins in this situation? How they took Reuben Foster after the domestic abuse charges?
Yeah, I mean, there's been cases where this has happened before. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of the player. He was a defensive player for the Cowboys 3 or 4 years ago. Was it Randy Gregory? I can't remember who it was. But there was a player in the Cowboys that, I mean, it was really bad, whatever the story was, and they brought him back. I mean, there's been incidents where they've done this before. The reason that maybe some people thought it wouldn't was because it was caught on camera. But it wasn't nearly as egregious as what Ray Rice did. I'm not saying what he did was right. It wasn't. It's horrible. But
I'm not saying. I get what it's saying. It was still bad, but Ray Rice, it was a lot worse.
Yeah, Ray Rice was a lot worse.
You guys want to know something funny? I am from
Greg Hardy.
County.
Greg Hardy, that was the name of the player. Yeah.
Oh, I was born in the exact same county that Ray Rice was born in.
Oh,
New York.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Ray Rice, of course.
New York.
Ray Rice, of course, was a great college. I remember when he played for Rutgers. That was when Rutgers was actually good.
Yeah.
He was a great running back. He just, unfortunately, the thing with Ray Rice, I also think he would have got a second chance had he not been. If he would have done that when he was Kareem Hunt's age, I think he would have gotten another chance.
Yeah, but he was a bit older.
Yeah, and he was already starting. He was starting to wear down a little bit. You know.
I mean, a lot of people couldn't get a second chance, and I don't want to say it's about race, but I think it's really about race.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into that. I'd have to think about that, to be fair, because I'm trying to think of a white athlete where that happened. If you could give me an example, I'm not saying that it didn't, but is there an example where a white guy did that? Off the top of my head, I can't. I'm sure it's happened. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
I think it was just been a bit weird that most of the players that are getting called out for domestic abuse and all these other things happen to be Afro-American.
Yeah, like I said, I want to talk sports. I'm not saying what you're saying. You have every right to feel the way you feel. I just don't want to get into that, you know. But
I understand.
Yeah. But
it's a very touchy subject.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject. Yeah, that's all. That's all. But I just want to say thank you so much for calling in, man. Thank you for being a great subscriber.
Okay, and I just want to say it one time. Stand up, Giant Nation.
All right, my man. What's going on? Can you just do me a favor, turn the volume off in the background? Hello?
Hey, Chris, am I on the air? It's Gangrene David in the house.
Gangrene David, what's going on, my man? Gangrene David's got a good channel over there. Do me a favor, when you hang up, just type your name in the chat so some people could sub you up. Do me a favor, sub him up. And thanks for taking my call, man. Keep up the hard work. I appreciate that, Cooper. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Thank you for showing all the support. What's up, Gangrene David?
Nothing much, man. I've been trying to call in for a while, man. You're just flooding with callers, man. I was actually live earlier, and I was actually trying to call you while I was going live, but unfortunately it didn't work. But
had I known it was your number, I don't know whose numbers it is. I would have picked up. I didn't know. But what's up, man?
Well, I mean, AAF has started up, but in terms of NFL talk, I'm waiting for free agency to come up. Critical free agency period, especially for my team. The Knicks, of course, being the Knicks, continuing to be terrible. So unfortunately, basketball is just continuing to get driven away from me. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm ready for the off season now.
It's tough to be a New York sports fan right now in general. I mean, the only team that is really above water is the Yankees, and I'm not a Yankee fan, so I mean,
I am.
You're lucky there. I mean, the Mets, we'll see. Maybe they could be good this year. We'll see. The Yankees, I expect to be good, but the Giants and Jets have been horrific in recent times, and the Knicks have been horrific for 20 years. I mean, obviously, Carmelo, they had a couple of decent years, but I mean, and hockey, the Islanders, I guess, are doing pretty well. I don't follow hockey, but I'm going to start to get into it a little bit. The Islanders are doing pretty well, so I guess there's that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some positivity there. I can't wait for baseball season because I go to a lot of Yankee games. I do. I went to plenty. I went to the game where they were down 9-1 against the Orioles, and they came back to win 14-11. I lost my voice that night.
Wow.
That same year, with that same game in Camden Yards. I also went to I did go to the Subway Series, which has been on my bucket list for a while. I went to Yankees Mets. Unfortunately, the Yankees lost both those games. But you know,
cool,
I go to a lot of games. I go to a lot of Yankee games.
I went to
at a very cheap price.
I've been to a bunch of Subway Series games. I haven't been to one in a couple of years, but I went one year they had a rain. Actually, it happened a couple of times where they had a rain out for one of the games, and they had to play one at Yankee and one at Mets in the same day. And I went to both. That was a cool experience. I went to Yankee Stadium for the 1 o'clock, then took the subway over to Shea Stadium at the time to watch the 7 o'clock. So
wow, that's actually a pretty good experience.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I've been to a lot of baseball stadiums. I've been to 11. I've been to 11 baseball stadiums.
11?
Yeah.
I think I've been to 4, but anyway, let's get into it. So Chris, my question to you is, obviously there's lots of talks about the Giants drafting Dwayne Haskins. Honestly, there's a lot of buzz roaming around this guy. If the Giants do draft him, this is probably a general question you probably mentioned in a lot of your videos. What are your expectations for him, coming into his rookie season as a Giant? Do you expect Eli Manning to be that kind of bridge quarterback for Dwayne Haskins where he could come in for a couple of games, or he takes a year to develop like lots of these quarterbacks? Because you look at Deshaun Watson, he came in midseason. Baker Mayfield came in midseason.
Well, Baker Mayfield kind of came in at the beginning, a third game. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. He didn't start the year.
Well, yeah, but if the Giants do draft Dwayne Haskins, what are your expectations out of him? Coming in as a rookie, do you expect him to learn the ropes behind Eli Manning?
Yes.
And do you expect him to play at all?
This would be my expectations going into the year with Dwayne Haskins. The next call, I better talk about aquatic mammals. This is what I expect with Dwayne Haskins is he's inexperienced, right? Because he's only played 13 starts in college, so I don't think he's ready to start day one. He played in the college offense. I don't think there's a better guy to learn under than Eli Manning. So, yes, if they took Haskins, I would expect Eli to be the starter going in. And if the Giants were playing well, I would let Eli ride it out. I think Haskins should sit at least 6 games regardless of how the Giants are playing to learn the playbook, to learn under Eli. And if they're not playing well after 6 games, depending on the schedule, depending who they're playing, if they're playing a great defense that next week, you're not starting them then either. But, yes, I think they need time to learn because of his inexperience. And I'll also say this, if Eli Manning retired, if they took Haskins just on a win, I don't think this is going to happen, but if it did, I think Fitzpatrick would actually be the perfect guy to mentor him because he's a free agent. He'll be pretty cheap to bring in, and he's played here before. So he's played with the Jets. He knows what New York's about.
Oh, my God.
So obviously not a long-term solution, but I think...
There's $12 million I want back.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I think he'd be a good fill-in if Eli retired for Haskins to learn under.
Well, I can agree with that, especially since the learning curve of rookie quarterbacks, it kind of depends on the kind of quarterback you are, the kind of caliber quarterback you are. Because you look at last year's quarterback class, a lot of them were ready day one. I mean, Baker Mayfield obviously had the best year, but Darnold being the quarterback with the higher ceiling at the time, obviously Baker Mayfield had a much better year. Baker Mayfield's going to be a phenomenal player, but a guy like Darnold, I mean, this is a guy he could have actually went into either scenario with, whether he could have started day one or he could have worked behind Josh McCown. So the Jets, they traded away Teddy Bridgewater, got a third-round pick, which they could possibly trade back up into the second round, and they had Sam Darnold get the experience he needed. Obviously, he didn't have the year that we were expecting him to have, but we're expecting this guy to grow. And you can make a similar case about any of these rookie quarterbacks. You can make a similar case about Dwayne Haskins, even Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray now is committed to football. He's ready to go to the NFL. So the learning curve for rookie quarterbacks, depends on their drive, it depends on their confidence, and it depends on the kind of talent that they could have going into the league and the talent that they could have to work with come training camp, come that practice. So it's it's interesting to see how these rookie quarterbacks will develop, especially you guys draft Dwayne Haskins, because now you have Saquon Barkley. Now you have Odell Beckham locked up on a long-term deal. You also have Sterling Shepard. So once Dwayne Haskins, takes the reins and he takes the starting reps and he goes behind, I can't speak. He has the experienced weapons he'll have once he starts. So you have a bridge quarterback and you have experienced weapons now, especially Saquon Barkley, Offensive Rookie of the Year. So every Giant fan saying that Saquon Barkley wasn't the right pick, it was the right pick for you guys.
No, Saquon Barkley was definitely the right pick for us, and Darnold was the right pick for you guys. It's going to work out for both of us. And I already know I got a prank caller calling me from this 856 area code. I'm not going to answer him. He could call all night. But,
don't worry about those trolls. I have those all the time.
Yeah, but I just want to say I agree with everything you said. I think the Giants have the perfect situation if they can improve that offensive line for a quarterback to come into and succeed, because they do have the weapons. It's just a matter of improving that offensive line.
It's the same case with us too.
I think you guys need you guys need weapons. You guys need, and you're gonna get them with the space you have. You're gonna bring in some weapons.
Well, I agree, but I think offensive line's the number one priority, because everyone's saying, listen, sign Le'Veon Bell. First of all, if you want to put Sam Darnold, a quarterback who's poised in the pocket, in position to succeed, as well as Le'Veon Bell, offensive line is priority. Because you want to know why Le'Veon Bell was one of the best running backs in the league. Part of it was due to the offensive line. Le'Veon Bell was a running back who stutter stepped a lot and threw defenses off their game because he was able to find lanes. He was able to fool defenses that way, and the offensive line was able to provide him the holes he needed. That's what we need. We need an offensive line if you want to put Le'Veon Bell in a position to succeed. Yes, Le'Veon Bell is one of the most talented running backs in football, but you want to have a good offensive line to help him with the run game. Offensive line helps run game. Listen, you could bring in Ezekiel Elliott. At the end of the day, good.
I didn't mean to put you on hold there. I accidentally picked up on the jerk.
Running around in the backfield. You want him to succeed. You want him to have the time to make his throws, his efficient throws, and you want to see his freshman year, breakout year at USC come back. His offensive line is key. You don't want You don't want Sam Darnold rushing the throws. You want him to make the throws. So that's all I got to say about that.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go because I got a bunch of people calling in. I just blocked that guy now. He won't be calling anymore. But great call, man. Just I got to take some calls, but very good call, man. I just want to let you go because I got to take some other people. But please go into the chat so people could subscribe to you.
Absolutely, guys. Subscribe to my channel, Gangrene David. I'll type my channel into the chat. I'm almost at 1,100 subscribers. I'll be doing my own call-in shows throughout the off season. You can definitely call in. I'm going to be doing one this Thursday night. So if you don't have any Valentine's Day plans, call in and talk some sports and get your mind off girls. So
all right, my man. Thank you for calling in, buddy. All right, next on the line, you're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, it's Sperm Shell. Am I allowed to call in again?
Yeah, you go ahead. I just blocked that 856 number, so we won't be calling in. Anytime I get an 856, I'm just going to save it and block it. But what's going on, my man?
I got a story to share.
You got a story?
Yeah, I got a story to share. Is that all right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So a few years ago, I went to Orlando, and I got to swim with the dolphin, and I actually got to swim with the dolphin that was in the movie Jaws.
Are you being serious?
Swear.
I didn't know that. I mean, how old? That dolphin must have been, 25 years old?
Yeah, something like that. I think so, unless they're lying to me.
Jaws came out in what, like 1980 something?
I don't think it was the first one. I think it was the first one. I think it was like the fourth one, maybe.
Oh, okay. All right. And did you come out alive? Were you okay? Were you violated?
Yeah, I got to ride on the back of it.
Yeah, I've never swum. Actually, that's a lie. When I was in Sanibel, Florida, the dolphins would swim up to you on the shore. I didn't get attacked, but yes, I have swum with dolphins in the wild one time. That is true.
Just between you and me, I got a boner when I was riding it.
Oh, sperm cell. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. Yo, Sexy Goat, Birmingham Iron taking the championship home this year.
There you go. We got some hardcore AAF fans in the chat. Thank you for calling in, buddy. Thank you for lightening up the chat a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, my man. And Mike Moreno's got the Dolphins out. Always appreciate when Moreno brings the Dolphins out. Whitney's in the chat, by the way. Thank you for tuning in, Whitney. Redskins 24/7's an Orlando Apollo fan. And, well, what's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Lucas Smith.
I'm sorry?
Lucas.
Lucas Milk, right?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe talk a little louder. You're not coming through that well.
I'm a bit sick.
Oh, you're sick.
So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. What do you think about the AAF?
What do I think about the AAF?
You like?
No, it's a horrible product, but it's something to watch. Like I said earlier, it's for people who don't really like any other sports. Like if you just like football, like at least it's something for you to watch for 3 or 4 months until you're waiting for football to come back.
Yeah.
Like for me, I mean, people want me to stream it, so I'll continue to stream a game once a week because I think people like the play-by-play and the fun, to have fun in the chat.
Yeah.
So I'll do that once a week. But if I wasn't on my YouTube channel, I wouldn't watch it. I'd be focused in on basketball, hockey, even before that. Baseball's coming up, So, but it's for people that I think don't like anything but football. It's something for them to watch.
Yeah, I like some of the stuff that they have over there.
Well, what do you think of the new rule changes in that league? Do you think any of them could be adopted by the NFL?
I like the no kickoff rule.
You think that they'll adopt that in the NFL?
I don't know if they'll adopt that.
Yeah.
But they've been doing kickoffs and extra points for so long that I don't think they will change it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. But what about the 2-point conversion? Do you like that, where they have to do? Well, you have.
Yeah, I like that.
You have the
2-point conversion.
You also have the shorter play clock. There's no onside kicks.
Yeah.
Those are the rule changes, and they don't seem to blow the whistle as much.
Yeah.
Not
I
as
like
many
to
penalties.
see. Yeah, that's what I like. I like that there's that many penalties.
Yeah, so it seems like you like the league then. You literally just said you like every possible rule change in the book.
I do, but it's not. I would put NFL and college over it.
Oh yeah, well it's not the same product. You're not getting the top players are not playing in that league. It's for guys that couldn't make the pros.
Yeah.
But anything else you got, my man?
No.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for the call. Great subscriber. I see a lot of ones in the chat. Why are we typing 1? I missed that. Just waiting for the next caller here. Woodruff gonna smoke Alabama. Bobby from Vermont. What a great guy he is. I see some 2s, see some 1s. Lamel will be back. All right, Lamel. Thank you for being in. Just waiting on the next caller, guys. It's 9:24. We'll probably go for about another half hour, 45 minutes, if we keep getting callers. BK, I will give it another 3 or 4 minutes. If nobody calls in, I'll start taking second-time callers. Until then, I'll talk with the chat. MH brought the Turtles out. Well, what's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, I hope you don't mind. This is Texas Liberty one more time.
No, man, you brought a good call earlier with the movies. What's up, man?
Well, I was thinking I don't have CBS Sports, and I'm certainly not the only one. So what may tank the league is this cable battle where a lot of us just don't have access to those games at all, man. Now, what do you think about that aspect? You may not realize, but I've got a giant cable company that serves half the nation, so I don't think half of us have this station.
That's ridiculous. I mean, but unfortunately, that's the way it works. I remember when the Yankees first came out with the YES Network, you had to have they settled it, I think, really early in the season, but Yankee fans couldn't watch the Yankees unless they had the dish, because that was all that showed the Yankees games on. Obviously, they settled that, and then they were showing all the cable companies. Unfortunately, I work for a cable company. Unfortunately, these cable companies are a lot of time are greedy, and yeah, they take away your channel. I'm sure it won't be that long, but hopefully it comes back sooner than later. And until then, hopefully my play-by-play is sufficient.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad y'all have it, and of course the Yankee fans made that comeback, and I'm hoping that football in Texas and Florida and places people will begin to demand this channel so we can watch these games.
I'm sure they will, but it's just a matter. You might not be able to watch them for another week or two. I'm sure they'll come back. This happens a lot, actually, with cable companies.
Yeah. I don't ever remember having that channel, to be honest, so I'll have to look into it, but I guess my point is...
I didn't even know the channel existed.
Right. Exactly right, sir.
Until I did the stream, I looked it up. I saw what channel it was on.
Well, I was just listening, and I saw that you had no callers, so I thought I'd call in at that point.
No, I appreciate the call. That's a great point.
I would love to see this new league. I never heard much about it. It really wasn't promoted well. Like, they're off to a real bad start with promotion, but I mean, apparently the product isn't that bad, and a lot of people do like it.
I'll tell you, the stadium, when I streamed the game, it was like it might have been a quarter full, if that. But I don't know what the ratings are like. They said the opening night the ratings beat the NBA and the NHL, which actually surprised me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. But
it appears they might be hiding that market from a lot of us, though, and that's I guess my point is, it's hard to beat a juggernaut when you have an NFL that puts out a product that's top of the line. With all its problems, I understand. Yeah. But man, it's going to be hard to compete with that. I wish them the best of luck, but no one's ever done it.
Oh no, they're not gonna. I mean, maybe they last as like a minor league almost to football, but they're never gonna be like a real competitor to any professional league. I don't think.
It's too bad because a lot of us would like to have that, but we're just not going to.
Well, no, it might last. It might last as like a secondary football league in the off season. It wouldn't shock me. I just don't think it'll ever be. I don't think it'll be real successful.
It's hard to predict.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict the human element. What are people? The people in charge of this league. How are they going to handle the problems? I mean, that's really what's going to matter, and we'll just have to see.
Here's the issue with the league, in my opinion. It's very hard to have that league in like primary markets because, like, take New York for example. We have so many other teams to follow that nobody would ever watch that. So, like, if you brought a New York AAF team here, right now we have the Islanders, we have the Rangers, we have the Knicks, we have the Mets and Yankees around the corner. That's why I think that league, it's going to be tough to be really successful because the big markets like LA, like New York, like Chicago, they have sports year-round. So, it's
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard for them. It would be hard to put a team in that league in one of those markets and be successful. Maybe if they do what they're doing, maybe it'll be semi-successful because it seems to be in like really small markets where maybe those communities don't have much else to root for.
Well, that's the big appeal, and I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to mention that. I kind of like the fact. No offense, New York's the greatest sports city in the history of the world. They really don't need another team. Birmingham needs a team. Salt Lake City needs a team. So I'm really thrilled with the cities they chose.
No, I agree. If I was doing this league, that would have been my exact strategy. I would have went after cities where they would appreciate the product, and hopefully they could expand it. hopefully they can go to other cities with, with similar circumstances where they don't have a sports team to root for, and maybe that's how the league could be somewhat successful.
I hope so. And, I'm pulling for him, man, and I can't wait to watch my first game. But until then, it's not so bad. I've got the entertainer talking sports and Mr. Bad Dog 7676 to cover those games for me. So, man, thank you guys for that.
I appreciate that very much. I appreciate whenever you call in, and thank you for being a great subscriber.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, man.
All right, buddy. Chris the Entertainer to be the CEO. Think I remember this number. It may have been a prank call, but we're going to find out. What's going on? Yep, that was a prank call, and he was very, again, well thought out. Ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga. That was a good job there, 401. Keep that up. Matter of fact, let me block that one now. Let's get rid of it. Let's bury this guy. I'm gonna save him as Ooga Booga. He'll be blocked now. Let's put him in the digital graveyard. There goes Ooga Booga. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, man?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Crazy Dog, your boy.
Crazy Dog. Crazy Dog's the best. Big Browns fan. He's got a great YouTube channel over there. Be sure to check him out. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Just got done streaming the Cavs and Knicks, a.k.a. the Zion game.
Yeah, who won that?
For Zion.
Who won that game?
Cavs won 107-104.
So the Knicks now set the record for the most losses ever in a row by a New York Knicks franchise. 17 in a row.
Yep.
Wow. They have reached the new low.
Yeah, they did, and they almost came back too. But
yeah, they've come close.
Couldn't tank hard enough.
Yeah, they've come close the last few games. It looks like the Knicks are going to end up with the worst record, but we'll see. Unfortunately, with the new lottery rules, it's not going to mean that hell of a lot.
No, because the three teams that have the worst records all have the same chance of getting the number one pick.
Yeah, the only.
So in essence, you could have the worst record and still not get the number one pick.
Yeah, well, that was still that way before, but now it's even. I think it was a 25% chance to win before. Now it's a 14%. But the one thing it does, if you finish with the worst, it guarantees you the fourth pick or better, because only 3 teams can jump you. So if you finish with, say, the third worst, you could finish with the 6th pick.
Yeah.
So it guarantees you the 4th pick.
Yep.
But what's up, buddy? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, a lot of people want to talk about the Kareem Hunt situation. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Oh, yeah. Of course, you being a Cleveland Browns fan, you're probably happy. Okay. I mean, it's literally nothing to lose for you guys. You signed him to a nothing contract. Only good things can come from it. I mean, if he's not good, he's not good. You get rid of him. Who cares? It's $1 million. That's nothing. And he's a dynamic player. When he's on the field, he's one of the best 5 or he's a top 10 running back. So now you added a premium weapon to your offense, and I think you improve your team dramatically. I do.
I love the signing. I know a lot of people keep asking me in my streams and on my videos, what do you think about the signing? I love it. Now we got a 3-headed monster, although some people think we could get rid of Duke. I don't think we're going to get rid of him. I think Freddie will find a way to use him in the system. And I just don't see us getting rid of Duke.
Well, the other thing,
although it wouldn't surprise me if we do trade him for something, though.
Well, the other thing with Duke is, you don't know. Hunt's going to be suspended. So if he's suspended for 8 games, you're probably going to want to hold on to Duke. So, I agree with you. I think they're going to keep Duke around.
And even John Dorsey said in a press conference today that Duke Johnson's not really. I guess you could say available yet, because we don't know how long Hunt is going to be out. Once we know how long he's out, there's a chance that maybe he dangles Duke to maybe try to get a draft pick or something out of him.
Yeah, you could probably get a mid-round pick for him. He's still a nice piece in the backfield. Very good receiver out of the backfield, like a Darren Sproles type running back. Yeah, if I knew Hunt was playing the full season, I would probably trade Duke if I could, but if he gets suspended for 8 games, I don't think it makes sense. I think Duke's a good weapon for you guys. I wouldn't trade him. You know? But
I'm gonna let you go. You know, I just came on in here real quick to just let you know about the Knicks, and yeah.
I really appreciate you calling in, man. And I appreciate all the hard work you're putting on your channel.
Maybe one day, you know, soon we can do a collab or something. You know. We'll
Oh no, I already told you I'm gonna have you on my channel probably in about a month, because I got a few YouTubers lined up for my Tuesday show, but in about a month I'll have you on for sure.
All right.
All right,
Look
bud.
forward to it.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. I see Christopher Columbus is in the chat. What's going on, my man? Michael Capone, have a good night, buddy. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Dolphins plus Turtles plus Dolphins equal. Lucas Smoke's hysterical. You want on my channel, Scott? I'll get you on one day. Definitely get you on one day. The AF needs to make a deal with YouTube/Google to live stream their games with live chat. It seems like it would only thrive via... That's a great idea. And somebody said, I don't know how accurate it is. But somebody said that streamers, and I got to look into this, because there's no copyright infringement, can show the game while they're calling it. So while I'm announcing the game, I could actually show the game. I don't know how accurate that is, though, and I'm not going to take that risk until I know that's 100% legit. But we got about another 25, 30 minutes left. Anybody who wants to call in, please do so. Yeah, I'm very busy, Mike Moreno, man. Very busy. Trying to grow up the channel. Just waiting on the next... There we go. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
It's the movie critic again. What's up?
Oh, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I hate to call in twice, but I just...
No, it seems like tonight's a little bit slower, so I welcome second-time callers.
Yeah, I just had another question. Somebody was talking about the Kareem Hunt. I really don't think that Cleveland needed him. I don't know.
Well,
tell me.
Well, no, it definitely wasn't a need. Definitely wasn't one of the 3 or 4 biggest needs. I mean, Chubb had a great rookie season. He's going to be a good running back. But when you could get a player like that for $1 million, why not? I mean, you're basically getting him for free. It's not affecting your cap space at all. And
yes,
he's a guy that could have a big impact on your offense. So I think it's a great move.
But Chris, don't you think it kind of affects their... I mean, some people don't care about this, but their publicity, like make them look like a bad team or something like that?
See, maybe a little bit, but I really don't think... there's been players that have done far worse than that. Far worse.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Hunt, yeah, it was bad. He kicked a woman, whatever. But, I don't know. I feel like what Michael Vick did was much worse.
Of course.
Yeah, what Ray Rice did was much worse. And he was provoked. He was provoked. Let's be fair. Now, as an athlete, as a celebrity, you can't do that. You just can't do it. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people think with the media. I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah. So I also have a question. How long do you think he will be? Because he's definitely going to get suspended. How long do you think he will get suspended for?
I would guess 6 to 8 games.
Yeah.
I would guess 6. I've heard 10. I'd guess half a season. I'll go 8.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking 8. I think half the season makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if I was Goodell, I would have given him 4, but they're gonna give him 8 because they want to make an example out of him.
BK Sports Talk says, "Why add the distraction?" Then I just think there's some people that are worth the distraction, and like Tim Tebow, for example, he wasn't a bad distraction. Like he didn't do anything bad to be a distraction, but he was a distraction. He wasn't worth it. Kareem Hunt. I mean, you're talking about one of the best football players on the planet at 23 years old. He's worth the distraction, in my opinion. That's the type of player that can help you win a championship.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt is not really a distraction. Like when he was in the locker room, I never heard anything like that.
Well, Kareem Hunt, before what happened, actually had a really good reputation in college.
Yeah.
So, and Christopher Columbus says Michael Vick is the biggest piece of blank in the sport, and I can't stand when people bring him up positively because he could play ball. Yeah, no, he is, Christopher Columbus. What he did, and people who made excuses for what Michael Vick did said that it was the way he was raised. That's absolute nonsense. And it is what it is. He paid his dues. He went to jail, and he got a second chance. I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve it, whatever. But what he did was beyond horrible. That's one of the worst things I've ever... I can't even imagine someone ever doing that, what I read, some of the things he did. But this doesn't compare to that.
Yeah, Chris, I know you don't really watch hockey, but I'm guessing your favorite team is the Rangers?
Actually, the Islanders. But I'm not a big hockey guy. But I'm from Long Island, so I always cheer for the Islanders.
Oh, okay. I just thought you were a Rangers fan because you know the Knicks and the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's because I'm not big into hockey. I root for both teams. I know you're not supposed to, but if the Islanders aren't in it, I'll cheer for the Rangers. I really don't have an allegiance to either team because I'm not a big fan of the sport. But when I do watch it, if I had to pick one team, I'd pick the Islanders.
Yeah. You know what I really don't get? I mean, I lived in New York all my life. I really don't get the Mets and Yankees rivalry. I really don't understand that, to be honest with you.
The Mets and Yankees rivalry? Well, it comes from the Mets fans' end, to be fair. It doesn't come from the... It's very similar to the Jets-Giants rivalry, even though I don't really consider that much of a rivalry. I feel like I feel like Giants fans, for the most part, don't really care about the Jets. Like, they don't root against them. They don't hate them. Now, there are some that definitely do, but I think the hatred is more on the Jets' end because of the whole big brother, little brother thing. And I think it's the same thing with the Mets and Yankees, and I'm a Mets fan, so I know that Mets fans are jealous, let's be fair, of the Yankees' success. And I will say this, and Yankee fans might not like hearing this, there's a lot of Yankee fans, and I know Steven Pazienza is not one of these fans. I know he's a great fan. I know, like, Mr. Bad Dog's a great fan. Those are real fans. But there are a lot of Yankee fans that say that they're these diehard fans and they don't watch baseball. They don't watch baseball until October, and they'll tell you, and that is one thing that I do respect about my Met fans. We live and die from start to finish of the season, and even though we don't have that good of a team, I feel like there are more. I think the percentage of Met fans that are diehards is greater than Yankee fans. I'll say that.
Yeah. I think the Mets should get Manny Machado. That's who I would try to target because you can get him for cheaper than Bryce Harper, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, well, they're both going to cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, they're both going to cost a lot, but I mean, Machado will be good for you guys, I think, and you can get him a little cheaper than Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper, I don't know what he's going for at this point.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to let you go because I'm sure a couple more people are going to call in. But
Can't believe I was able to call in twice. I appreciate it so much, and take care, bro.
Yeah, whenever it's a slower night, I'll definitely take second-time calls at the end. Thanks for calling
in,
buddy.
All right, thank you, man, so much.
You got it, brother.
All right.
New York Mets, New York Jets. Real Mets fans hate the Skanks. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I grew up hating the Yankees. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, what's up, Entertainer?
What's going on? Who's this?
This is Joe.
Okay, Joe. What do you want to talk about?
From the chat.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So what would you say about the? Let's see. There's a million things to talk about. I just don't know multiple people that ask you the same question. So I'm a little. Let's see. All right. Well, let's start with. Let's see.
Anything?
I'm kind of stumped there. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. Anything you want to talk about?
See.
Do you want to call back in when you figure out?
Yeah, sorry, man.
Don't worry about it. But to say that I grew up hating the Yankees. I'll be the first to tell you that. I don't hate them anymore. I don't like them. I don't root for them. But I don't. They're kind of just. I don't pay attention to them as a Mets fan. I don't see any reason. I don't hate them. I don't like them though. I grew up hating them. I'll be the first to tell you. I'll be the first to be openly admitting about that, and I realize why Met fans hate them. Yeah, the dude just sharded. You're right. Giants weren't always the big brother. You're absolutely right about that. Oh, there's definitely real Yankee fans. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, what's up, Entertainer? It's BK Sports Talk again.
BK Sports Talk. What's going on? Big Eagles fan, big Yankees fan, right? So what's up?
So, I remember what I wanted to talk to you earlier about. So, my prediction for the NBA Finals now is the 76ers and the Warriors, and I believe the 76ers will actually keep it competitive.
I just wanted to, just got a super chat. I just want to say thank you. Movie Critic says, thanks for the second call. Love this channel. I really appreciate that, Movie Critic. Go on over there and sub him up. I appreciate the super chats he's been giving me all night. I really do appreciate that. But I see Bad Dog's in the chat, by the way. Please go over there and sub him up as well. But what were you saying? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought there. What were you going to say?
It's all good. My prediction for the NBA Finals now is the 76ers and the Warriors, and I believe that 76ers might actually keep it competitive.
To me, it's either the Sixers or the Raptors out of the East, and definitely the Warriors, and I don't think they'll keep it competitive. Whoever gets there. 5 games max. But I see what you're saying, because the Sixers do have talent now with that big 4 they got. I just don't think they can match up with the Warriors. I really don't. I feel like I feel like when the playoffs start, the Warriors will just turn on the Jets.
Yeah, that would probably. Well, my competitive was 5 or 6 games.
Well,
just not get swept.
If you consider 5 competitive, I'll agree with that. I think they could send it to 5, maybe 6, maybe. I doubt it, but maybe.
Yeah. So, did you see the 76ers and Lakers game the other day?
76ers Laker game. No, I did not.
Well, LeBron was playing defense on Simmons, and what he did was he just stood in the paint the entire time because he knew Simmons couldn't shoot. And Simmons, I think he went 3 and 13 from the field. It was a disgrace, but he was just dishing it out to everyone else, and everyone else had 20-plus points, and they still beat the Lakers by 20-plus points. That's why I think they'll have a chance in the NBA Finals, because they don't need Simmons to shoot anymore because they have so many other good players.
Well, that's a good point. Last year, of course, in the playoffs, we all saw what happened when Simmons had to shoot. That was their Achilles heel. And, yeah, I mean, they have a lot of guys that could shoot on this team now, especially with the addition of Butler and Harris, Redick, right? So, I mean, they definitely have guys that could put the ball in the hoop. And, yeah, maybe you just make Simmons be that distributor and the guy that could get to the rim. And maybe it could work. I just think the Warriors have way too much talent, man. I just think they have way too much talent.
Yeah, sad, but
it's unfortunately that's what the league's gotten to, where it's literally like an all-star team. I mean, that's what they have, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Do you know Simmons never made a 3-pointer in the NBA? I saw that and I thought it was unbelievable. He's only attempted 14.
What?
And he's never made one.
What? That's a crazy stat, especially in today's NBA. That's a crazy stat. For Simmons is great. But for him to get to that next level, he has to develop a jump shot. If he can't develop a jump shot, he'll never become a superstar. And he can. Players have done it. I mean, when LeBron and Jordan didn't have great. I mean, they obviously weren't as bad as his. But LeBron, Jordan, Kidd, those guys didn't have great jump shots when they came into the league. So it can be done. But if he does not, he will never take that next step.
I think it might be a little bit of a mental thing for him now too, because it doesn't even look like he's he only has 3 on the year, and 2 of them are buzzer beater shots, just chucking it up at the end of a quarter. And the only legit one he took was the one against the Lakers, because LeBron was literally sitting in the paint, and he took it wide open and he bricked it.
Wow, that's a crazy stat. I had no idea he'd never made a 3. That's insane to me, especially in today's NBA. That's insane. When literally everyone shoots 3s, you got 7'3" guys shooting 3s. That's unacceptable, really. But anything else you want to talk about, buddy?
No, that's it. Great stream, like always.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for being a great subscriber. And are you still doing the channel?
No, I had to take a break because school and work got too busy. I didn't have enough time anymore.
Okay. Well, when you get back on, let me know, and I'll definitely have you on my channel.
All right, thanks.
All right, buddy. Thank you for calling in. Spurs number 1 in 3-point percentage and last in 3 attempts. That is a good stat. So they're efficient, but they don't knock them down. They don't knock a lot down. He still does. New York Mets, New York Giants fans. LeBron is still what, like a 70% free throw shooter? He's still not a great free throw shooter. What's going on? You're on live.
Stop wrecking my man Kyler Murray, will you? Why you always got to down my man?
Mr. Bad Dog is on the line. What's going on, Mr. Bad Dog?
2 things.
Go ahead.
Number 1, so you think Kyler Murray is the most talented quarterback in the draft?
I think he's the most athletic, and I think he arguably has the highest ceiling of any quarterback in the draft. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
So you do think he has the most talent?
I don't like his height, and you know that. I don't like his height. I don't like his body. I don't, and even more so, I don't think the Giants like it.
But it's no. This has nothing to do with that. But what I'm saying, forget his height. The reason I say this is because you said if he was 6'1" or 6'2", he'd be the number 1 pick in the draft. So he is the most talented. You just don't like his height. Height has nothing to do with talent. He can't help that he's short.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I know a little bit.
No. I'll say this: if he was 6'1", yeah, I'd probably have him as the number 1. He'd definitely be in contention as my number 1 quarterback in this year's draft. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's a couple inches shorter than Little Bad Dog, but let's give him a break, okay? You know. The other thing I want to ask you, and I actually saw this in a mock draft today, and I thought it was interesting. What do you think about this? Like, we've talked about this a lot, that obviously the Giants shouldn't draft a quarterback just to draft a quarterback. They need to be sold on a quarterback. And really, there's really nothing that said the Giants are interested in Dwayne Haskins. We've heard Dwayne Haskins is interested in the Giants, and there's a lot of mock drafts saying we're going to take him.
If anything, you could say the Giants are more interested in Drew Lock and Daniel Jones because they've sent their scouts to see those players. They didn't send their scouts to see Dwayne Haskins. So if anything, you could say they're more interested in those guys.
What about this as a thing? This is what I saw today. I actually thought it was pretty interesting. So I didn't realize that this guy was actually eligible. I thought he was a sophomore. But Cody Ford.
Yeah, the offensive tackle.
Yes, from the Sooners. Of course, you know, me a Sooners guy, of course. I mean, I got to represent my Sooners. But there's like a mock draft saying the Giants could trade back to like 12 or 13. And, you know, get a second-round pick this year and possibly a first-round pick in next year's draft. I mean, what would you think of something like that? Instead of taking Jonah Williams at 6, grabbing a Cody Ford at like 12 or 13 and getting some picks.
And there's a lot of tackles, not just Cody Ford, that you could take there. You could take Greg Little. You could take Jawan Taylor. There's a lot of tackles in this draft that I have mixed together, and Ford is one of them. I think I had him going like 22 in my mock, but you could argue any one of them over the other. There's a bunch that you could take. And, yeah, I think that might be the best possible scenario. The question is, are you going to find a match? And there's a good chance you could. The Dolphins pick at 13. They might very well want to move up to get a quarterback.
Right, that's kind of where I was putting us, was at 13. Or that's kind of where this put us, because they need a quarterback. Tampa needs a quarterback. Jacksonville needs a quarterback. Washington needs a quarterback. So they may all trade up.
Denver.
You know, and Denver. Right, Denver.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of them where if the Giants trade back, I mean, you know, a lot of these teams will take a quarterback, and we would have a pick of tackles. And, you know, maybe we could get some more picks because, again, I mean, I watched one Giant Rebuttals video today, and he pretty much said the same thing I have said a lot. I don't like any quarterback at number 6. And I know it's such an enigma with the damn quarterback spot because this is Eli's last year no matter what. So if we don't draft the quarterback, what do we do next year? Like that's
the thing that worries me is it's and I'll say this, you never know, but it's probably Eli's last year. We've said that before, but the following year's draft obviously is a better quarterback class. And one Giant Rebuttal was my first call today, and he asked me where I would rank Haskins in next year's quarterback class, and I said 3rd. I said I'd have him behind Herbert and of course Tua. I'd have him in front. I'd have him in front of Fromm. I don't like Fromm.
I don't like Fromm either.
Yeah, but so I understand why people, and it is a reach. To take any quarterback in this draft at 6 is a reach. But as a Giants fan, it's tough to say. I understand why they might want to take a quarterback because if we have a good year, it's going to be damn tough to trade up and get one. And then what the hell do you do?
Right. Well, that's the thing, though. If we get more picks by trading back this year, we could use those as leverage to move up next year.
And that is a great point. That's a great point. And by doing that, if you get, say in the hypothetical scenario, you do that with Miami. You swap first, you move to 13, you get your whoever, your Juwan, whatever, your offensive tackle. Or even a pass rusher. Say Montez Sweat falls there. You could get a very high-quality player with that pick. And then you get 2 second-round picks. So let's just go into the assumption they get a Sweat with the 13th pick. You move down to round 2. You could even take 2 hog mollies with those picks. Like, you could really help your team for next year if you do that, because you get an extra pick in the top 40 picks. So now you have 3 picks in the top 40, and that would really help you bolster the trenches. I'd be completely for that if they did that. It makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If we could get leverage, I mean, we could move up to get a quarterback next year, but the problem is at that point, even if we did wait till next year to get a quarterback, who starts? I mean, you're going to start a rookie quarterback in 2020. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what the hell to do. It's they're covering the draft this year is going to be amazing, because I'm just very, very curious to see what the hell we do. It'll be really interesting, and I trust Gettleman, but I liked when I saw that. I thought that was the best case scenario. I thought if we traded back and got more picks and just grabbed the right tackle and roll with Eli Manning for another year, and maybe you do go out and sign a Teddy Bridgewater or somebody like that to be the backup, and then he takes over for a year when you draft your quarterback. I mean, who knows? It'll be very interesting.
Listen, a lot of Giants fans might think this is crazy, and they'll probably won't allow it with the media. But if the Giants have a good year this year, don't be surprised if they bring Eli back for one more year if they decide to pass on the quarterback in this draft and say we'll take a quarterback and then he'll mentor him for the next year. Don't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Nothing would shock me.
Yeah, no, that's true, because his contract's up, so it's not like they'd have to pay him $23 million. They might sign him for $6 million or something. They'd just say, hey, and he would, if he would just hang out like that, or $10 million, whatever it is. But it certainly wouldn't be as much as he's making now. So, it'll be very interesting. But I just wanted to call up because I saw that today, and I was like, I know you're having the call-in show today, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. It's something I hadn't seen. No.
It's interesting. I'm definitely not one of these guys that thinks that they need. There's a lot of Giants fans. I have subscribers. I know you do too. Cruzen comes to mind. What's his name? There's another subscriber of mine that's dead set on the quarterback. But there's a lot of subscribers, Giants fans, that think you need to take a quarterback no matter what. I'm not one of those guys. I'm completely for doing exactly what you said, but I also wouldn't be upset if they take a quarback. I have an open mind. I have an open mind about this.
So do I. Especially if they take Kyler Murray. No, I know they're not taking him, but it'll be interesting. So yeah, like I said, that was something new. I hadn't seen that scenario before, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. I will let you get back to other callers because I know you're a busy man. Have a great night. Bad Dog is going to get some sleep tonight, and probably do something tomorrow. Who the hell knows?
All right, Bad Dog, get some sleep, man, and come back strong tomorrow. I appreciate the call. Everybody go ahead and sub him up. All right, Bad Dog, thank you for calling.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night, my man. Later.
Later. What's going on, Big Don? I see Bavit's back in the chat. I'll probably take 1 or 2 more callers, and then we're going to call it a night. We've been going live for a while now. Our left tackle is Solder. We're paying him $17 million a year. He's our left tackle. I love New York, 1898. This is a defense-studded draft. We need them. Yes, Bavith. I'm not against that. I know we need defense. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in. Is this a prank call? All right. Good for him. I do not have any dogs. He did. He was a free agent. They signed from the Patriots. If we trade back, we should get... Yeah, well, it depends who's there. It really depends who's there. I appreciate that 1,000K. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. 1,000K, I think, is a Nick fan. I think he came over here. I know he's from Sim's channel, I think. Who I love. I love Sim. He was on the show last night. We did a show, me and Sim. Had a great time with him. And we're going to go for another 5 minutes. Anybody wants to call in? Otherwise, we're going to close it out. We blitz all night. We blitz all night. Where is that from? It's obviously a football movie. I'm going to guess remember the Titans. Kendra, I think, took the night off. Top 3 quarterback scenarios for the next 2 years are 1 Haskins, 2 Tua, 3 Murray. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Marcus. So you think, and if you want to call in and talk about this, please do. And I like Haskins. I have the Giants drafted him in my mock. I can't say that he's better than Tua and better than Tua. Can't say he's better than Tua. And I don't know if you said next 3 years. If it's next 3 years, obviously, I love Lawrence. Yeah, remember the Titans, yeah. What's going on? You're on live? All right, I think that was the same number we just called in. That's fair to say, Marcus. That's fair to say. Injury history. That's fair to say. All right, guys, it is 10:01. Seems like it's dying down with the calls. Basketball was hilarious. Of course, that's the 2 guys who created South Park, Texas Liberty. Really funny movie. Absolutely hilarious. And, yeah, we're going to call it a night, guys, because it's 10:01. I want to thank everybody who did come by tonight. I don't know if I got a ton of people in here. It seemed a little slower. My notifications don't seem to be working that well. But everybody, have a great night. Thank you for coming in. And, Sexy Goat, if you're going to call in, I'll take the call. I will wait for Sexy Goat if you're being serious. I love you, Detonator. No, thank you. Thank you. I'll wait 1 more minute for Sexy Goat. Have a good night, Darren. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Oh, he's just kidding. He's just kidding. All right. Last Jedi, have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. Detonator, you already called in. I gotta get some sleep, man. Thank you guys for being a part of the stream. You guys are the best. All right, I'm getting one more call. Hello?
Hello.
Who's this?
It's Nelson.
Nelson Ayadale?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on, buddy?
I know the last time you answered my call, you know.
What?
I know the last time you answered my call because I keep calling. I remember that call that you asked me to come back. So I'm glad we talked.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Anytime you want to call in, you're more than welcome to. Just winding down the end of the show. Do you have anything you want to talk about real quick before we call it a night?
Okay. Yeah. I was talking about the Knicks, about the New York Knicks deleting photos with Kevin Durant.
What about Kevin Durant? Do I think the Knicks are going to get him? Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean, talk about the news about deleting photos with him from the ticket pitch.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look at that after the show.
Yeah, one more thing. About the yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that I know that it was excited. You know, not a lot of blowout games.
Not a lot of what?
Those games were not as close.
Oh, you're talking about the football league?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good product. Not a lot of interesting games. The one that I streamed, I don't know if you were there. 26-0.
Yeah, that was just a shutout where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not a lot of interesting football games. But Nelson, I always appreciate it when you tune into my videos, when you comment. You're very active in my channel, so I just want to say thank you for that. I want to thank you for calling in, and I hope you have a good night, buddy.
The next call is next week?
Probably either Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure of the day yet. Probably Saturday.
Okay.
All right, buddy?
I'll come back.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Stand up.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Have a good
All
one.
right.
Have a good one.
Everyone.
All right. Yeah, Sperm Cell. Have a good night, guys. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, what are you going to do? No, he's a good subscriber of mine. Very good subscriber of mine. But yeah, Dark Demonic, I saw that you said you popped in. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, guys. We're calling it a night. Have a good night, guys. I don't know if they're still here because I just ended the stream. And a diehard Giants fan, I just saw the super chat. I never want to miss one of those. If you're still here, great stream, Chris. I'm definitely looking forward to your full screen round mock draft 2. I just want to say thank you for the super chat. I signed out and you sent me one, so I wanted to pop back in to say thank you for the super chat. So I just wanted to pop back in and say that. Thank you, diehard Giants fan, for the super chat. I hope you're still here to hear that. So you literally sent it right as I hit the sign off. So I just wanted to pop back in and say thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being a great subscriber. You're relatively new to my channel. And every time I go live, you always send me a super chat. It means the world to me. So thank you. And have a good night, guys. There we go.